You beat UAE. How were the celebrations like?
Uh, we celebrated the cutting the cake and we danced a little bit at the hotel.
Why a little bit?
I can't dance, but my girls
The
all
team
dance.
danced.
Yeah, yeah.
You made the opposition dance to your tunes. That was more important. Are you prepared for the Pakistan challenge today?
Yeah, we are a little bit prepared.
What are the challenges do you think that Pakistan can really pose for you?
I think especially at batting, they can hit us, and I think the batting is a little bit
Any
challenging.
one Pakistan player that you think can be a major threat for you?
Yeah, obviously Nita Dar will be
Yeah.
the.
And every coach has favorites, and every coach has game changers, match winners. Who are the individuals from your team that you are relying on to bail you out of trouble?
It's Rubina Chetri and Kavita Kumar
Hmm.
is the best in our side.
And how have you find coaching these young girls?
That's interesting. I'm enjoying coaching with these girls, and they are also working very hard. Since 2 months we were in the close camp, so they are also working hard, and I'm enjoying the coaching.
Yeah, sport can be all about struggle, about deadlocks, where nothing seems to happen in spite of much effort. But the moment you start to enjoy, results start to happen. Keep enjoying. And what will be your message to the fans back home?
Just support Nepali women's cricket as well, because it's we need support from the Nepali fans and all over the world. Keep supporting us. We'll definitely give the results.
Keep that energy high, and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Sayyida Aroop Shah, thank you for joining us. Brilliant performance, comeback against India. Tell us about how it was.
Uh, First of all, I'm thankful to God, and obviously, it's a big opportunity to play against a good team and represent Pakistan again. So I am happy and feeling proud. The match was good. I only thought that if I bowl well and if I bowl my best balls, nobody can play me.
Talking about your best bowling, you have made significant changes in your bowling. What have you done on what work you have done on it?
When I got dropped from the team, I thought it's a good opportunity for me to get better and improve myself. So I work at the back end with my coach and work on variations and bowling accuracy. So that's all.
I know you're a very competitive player. You love to field, you love to bowl well. What are your personal goals for this tournament?
Yeah, personal goals. Obviously, not an personal goal, but I want to be a momentum-changing bowler for my team and win matches for Pakistan.
And I personally know you like to dance, so have you learned any new dance moves?
It's a new dance move. Toba Toba.
That's a popular song right now. All right, thank you very much. Good luck for the game and enjoy the tournament.
Thank you.
You beat UA in the previous game. How was the party?
We enjoyed a lot, and we sing, we dance, and we have a mashup party, and then after we leave it, and we are focused for the next game also.
Next game, it's a big one today
Yes.
against mighty Pakistan. How well prepared are you and your team?
We are well prepared, and we'll play the simple cricket, and we'll go for the win.
Coach, you must have been very happy with the previous win when you beat UAE. How were the celebrations like?
Uh, we celebrated the cake, cutting the cake, and we danced a little bit at the hotel.
Why a little bit?
I can't dance, but my girls
Our
all
team
that.
danced.
Yeah.
Opposition danced to your tunes. That was more important. Are you prepared for the Pakistan challenge today?
Yeah, we are a little bit prepared.
What are the challenges do you think that Pakistan can really pose for you?
I think especially at batting, they can hit us, and I think the batting is a little bit
Any
challenging.
one Pakistan player that you think can be a major threat for you?
Yeah, obviously Nita Dar will be
Yeah.
the.
And every coach has favorites, and every coach has game changers, match winners. Who are the individuals from your team that you are relying on to bail you out of trouble?
It's Rubina Chetri and Kavita Kumar
Hmm.
is the best in our side.
And how have you find coaching these young girls?
That's interesting. I'm enjoying coaching with these girls, and they are also working very hard. Since 2 months, we were in the close camp, so they are also working hard, and I'm enjoying the coaching.
Yeah, sport can be all about struggle.
Host one, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Guest 1, check 1, 2, 3, 4. Guest 1, check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Guest 2, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you.
this is a big opportunity to showcase our talents.
जिसने एशिया कप में क्वालिफाई किया है वो अच्छी टीम है और हर एक मैच बहुत अच्छा मैच होगा.
We are not playing with the names, we are playing with the teams.
सारी एशियन कंट्रीज़ हैं, अपनी अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पे खेलेंगे सारे. हमारे स्पिनर्स भी बहुत ज़बरदस्त हैं इस दफ़ा. बैटर्स बड़ा ज़बरदस्त काम करके आए हैं.
T20 can anything magic can happen.
एक्साइटेड, बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ. हर कोई एक्साइटेड है इसको लेके.
ऑब्वियसली इसकी हाइप डिफरेंट होती है.
Girls are very strong and mentally focused.
मैच के अलावा भी वो जो एनवायरनमेंट बनता है वो बहुत मतलब उठाने वाला होता है. वो एक अलग एनवायरनमेंट होता है.
We are just focusing on what we can do better as a team, what we have practiced and what we want to do and what we are here for.
Well, Pakistan need to put in a performance and respond after being brushed aside in dominant fashion from their arch rivals India, and their tournament hopes and semi-final hopes are on the line as they take on a team high on confidence. That team is Nepal. They continue to scale new heights. Can they slay another giant and secure an unprecedented semi-final spot in the Women's Asia Cup? Well, as the sun sets here in Dambulla yet again in terrific cricketing conditions, can Nepal aim for the stars? It's a Pakistan team under pressure. It's an important toss where the captains are ready with Isabel Joyce.
Well, the tension is palpable out here in the middle for the toss. I have the captains with me. For Pakistan, it's Nida Dar, who's desperate for a win. From Nepal, it's the captain Indu Barma, who's on a high, looking for a second win in the tournament. And of course, match referee GS Lakshmi is overseeing things. Nida, take it away.
Head.
Heads is the call. It's tails.
I'm going to bowl first. Nida, first of all, what have you decided to do and why?
We have batted first in India's match, so I think we have tried our bowling strength first, so that's why we decided to bowl first.
It's not been a great period for you. You are desperate for a win to stay alive in this competition. How are you going to go about changing things around?
Definitely, we have worked a lot of things in changing combinations as a batting unit and as a bowling, so we have tried again and we'll win in this match, inshallah.
Any team changes coming into this one?
Yeah, we have one change. Umaima Sohail come in and Iram Javed is out.
Okay, well, best of luck in this one then, Nida Dar. Thanks for joining me. You've lost the toss. You're batting first. Are you happy with that?
Yes, I'm happy with my decision because we are ready for both bat and ball, but we will do our best.
I want to cast your mind back. First win in the Asia Cup just a couple of days ago. We were able to see the emotion directly after the game. How did you celebrate as a team for that first win?
After many years, we beat UAE team, so my aggression is coming out, and my team was happy that my celebration was different. So we all happy that we could beat UAE.
Finally, any team changes you want to let us know about?
There is one changes, Roma in and Sabnam out.
Okay, well, best of luck in this one.
Thank you.
So from the middle, the news is that Pakistan have won the toss. They're going to have a bowl.
Well, she's doing quite well at the tosses is Nida Dar, and this time, for variety, it seems Marina Iqbal, she wants to have a bowl first as Mithali Raj joins us as well. Marina.
Yeah, I think in my defense, I can say that they probably are more comfortable if they know what the target are, because they're struggling in their batting, so probably want to give their batters a clarity in how they would like to approach this match.
We saw how well India did batting first earlier today, Mithali. Do you sense this is a slightly nervous decision as well from Pakistan?
Yes, I definitely do. I can sense that there's a lot of pressure on them in this game. To win this game, they do understand the stakes, and that is why I think there's a change in the plan, and as they won the toss, they've elected to field.
Yeah, just for variety, maybe next time she'll bat first again. But for now, she wants her bowlers to come into the game, perhaps inspired as well by what happened with the batting performance in the last game. And Nida Dar confirming that there is a change after just one game. Umaima Sohail returns, Marina?
Yeah, she's more of a conventional batter, and I think it strengthens that middle order. Iram probably not suitable for these conditions because she likes to whack the ball. But Umaima has an added advantage that she can turn the ball. She's an off spinner as well. So Nida probably would like to utilize somewhere in the middle overs.
Nepal make a change of their own. This is a good time for them to play Pakistan. They from what you saw in the opening game for Nepal against UAE?
Yes, I think because Nepal as a team, they've shown that, together, how much they celebrate each other's success, and Samjana, the way she has placed her innings was very impressive.
Yeah, there's a change that's been confirmed. No Sapnam Rai for Indu Parma's Nepal as Roma returns. So they've got a little more batting, and as we've seen, they have plenty of bowling options, so they wouldn't miss the bowling services perhaps.
Yes, I think because they usually have more than 6 bowlers, and looking at Pakistan, they were so very tentative against Indian bowlers that they were not really using their footwork. Today, the bowling attack is far slower than what the Indians usually bowl. So it will be interesting to see how Pakistan will pace the innings.
Yeah, Umaima Sohail returns, and where does she fit in that batting lineup, Marina?
Probably around 4th number that belongs to her. Muniba obviously coming on 3rd. I might think that they might put Sidra in that place. But yes, with Umaima they have strengthened their spin department even more so. And I think that's a good thing given the conditions. But a lot relies on the batting.
Yeah, this is a game of significance in this, in the context of this group. It's the same surface as the afternoon game where India crushed the UAE. Isabel Joyce can tell us a bit more about how it's going to play today.
Well, it's the same surface, but definitely not the same overhead conditions. It's obviously night time now and it's really cooled down. What hasn't cooled down is the wind continuing to blow across the ground. During that first game, though, it did change directions once or twice, so it's something the players do need to keep an eye on in the field and, of course, with the ball and bat in hand. The boundary is still 59 metres around, and in terms of the pitch, it's a really good one. As you can tell, India highest score that they've made in the Asia Cup, 201. In particular, at the far end, the ball travelling really nicely. This is the only thing to think about. It's just down here at a good length on the press box end. A little bit of movement here with the pitch, a little bit of dead grass as well. We've seen some balls stay a little bit low, 1 from the seamer, 2 from the spinners. All in all, it didn't really have any impact in the last game, but it could come into play in this one. But generally, it's been a brilliant pitch, and I think this could be a really good one for batting. Up in the commentary box, we all agreed this is one we all would have liked to have a go on.
All right, thanks to Isabel Joyce. We're going to watch the second game on that surface after India had done the business earlier today against the UAE. They're on 4 points with a very healthy net run rate. They've got more than a foot in the semi-finals, and Nepal and Pakistan will battle it out now. And Pakistan need to win to keep their performance and their hopes alive. As we talk about the afternoon game, in case you missed a little bit of it, you missed some serious batting. Mithali Raj from India, and we saw Richa Ghosh have perhaps her finest innings in T20I cricket.
I think she's played similar innings in the past as well against Australia. You've seen as I've also believed that she has all-round shots, whether it is those cover drives, which is apparently surprisingly it's one of her favorite shots, but she's played all-round those big hits, reverse sweeps, switch hit sweeps as well. So Richa Ghosh coming in at that number is very, very crucial and a big advantage for India, because they can really push the team's total up, which we got to see today.
We saw a full range of shots towards the end from Richa Ghosh, and we got more evidence of how good batting conditions are here in Dambola, because Harmanpreet Kaur came in at a slightly trickier time, Marina, when 3 wickets were lost and the captain played responsibly.
Yeah, she did, and I think that she quickly realised that on the other end, Jamima, that was an important partnership, but when Richa Ghosh came in, she realised that it's her day, and she took that back seat, which is important and very unlikely of her, but probably calm and content there. She carried on from one end, she managed to put those bad deliveries away, and that is a very well knitted 50.
You know, that is a great example of how a captain must play when there's a little bit of pressure. Harmanpreet Kaur, of course, is not under the same pressure. She top scored with 66. Richa Ghosh, player of the match, with 64. Impactful start from Shefali Verma, and the bowlers then doing the job. Now, Harmanpreet Kaur has done really well, but Pakistan, ahead of this big game, need their captain to stand up. Nida Dar got some runs in the last game. Can she lift this team, and can she lead by example? Here's a little more on Pakistan's captain.
Hello, my name is Nida Dar and I'm captain of Pakistan women's cricket team. My role is all-rounder in the team. ये हमेशा से एक चैलेंज लिया था मैंने कि अगर लड़के खेल सकते तो व्हाई नॉट अ गर्ल। तो मैंने स्टार्ट किया एज अ चैलेंज, और क्योंकि खुद भी इंस्पायर बहुत ज़्यादा थी, शायद अफरीदी उस दौर में बहुत ज़्यादा इन थे और चौके छक्के लगाने वाले वाहिद प्लेयर थे उस टाइम पाकिस्तान से। तो मैंने और ऑलराउंडर भी थे, तो पाकिस्तान को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए एज ए ऑलराउंडर सबसे बेस्ट ऑप्शन थी कि मैं पाकिस्तान को रिप्रेजेंट करूं इन फीमेल क्रिकेट। और बहुत देर बाद मुझे पता चला कि पाकिस्तान की फीमेल क्रिकेट भी है। उससे पहले मैं सिर्फ गली मोहल्ले में खेल रही थी, ग्राउंड्स में लड़कों के साथ खेल रही थी। तो आई वाज लाइक कि अब तो पता चल गया, अब तो पाकिस्तान खेलना लाजमी है मेरे लिए। देखिए, जब से मैंने पाकिस्तान की कप्तानी मैंने संभाली है, थोड़ी अप्रोच पे ही ज़्यादातर काम हुआ है, माइंडसेट पे काम हुआ है, एग्रेसिव अप्रोच की तरफ काम किया गया और आई थिंक वो हमें अच्छे बेस्ट रिजल्ट्स भी हमें मिले हैं उसके। व्हाट आई से कि जो एशिया कप में हर बंदे की एक अप्रोच है कि डेफिनेटली ट्रॉफ़ी जीतनी है आपको, और हर बंदा यही चाहता है कि हम ट्रॉफ़ी जीतने के लिए खेलें। हमारी भी यही है कि हम ट्रॉफ़ी जीतने के लिए खेलें।
Well, she is a seasoned campaigner, Nida Dara, 150 T20Is in the last game. She'll forget about that with the result. But with the decision of bowling first, Marina, and all the pressures that come with leading Pakistan, how do you see Nida Dar reacting as captain and leader? What would you like to see?
Well, I had a word earlier with her and she's very angry at Pakistan's dressing room, but obviously she needs to keep herself calm. But I think probably she also needs to step up a little bit in terms of bowling as well. I think she underbowled herself in the previous game. She, with that much experience, need to take the responsibility. Obviously, they want to win this game. They're eager to win this game. And she said to me that today we need to repeat lesser mistakes.
What would be your messaging to a captain who's got all that on her mind?
Well, as she rightly said, as a captain, you have to lead from the front, but also you have to have a dressing room where you inspire them to come out of the approach that they had against India. They have to come with a far more optimistic, more positive approach, the intent to score runs. Forget the result, but the intent has to be there to score runs.
Yeah, and they're up against a team in Nepal who have just carried on dreaming. In men's and women's cricket, Nepal continue to believe that no challenge is insurmountable. This was an important first, to get your first win against UAE. They've never won in the history of the Women's Asia Cup. They've had a few appearances, and you could almost sense that this is a team that's flying on confidence, unlike the opposition today.
Well, definitely, no doubt about that. And they have been progressing. That's the best part. And that actually made them believe that one day they might get over the line. And they did. I mean, that belief that everyone in that playing 11 can make an impact, that's what made that win happen.
Yeah, they're going to bat first as a result of what Pakistan have decided at the toss, which means Samjana Khadka, who got 72 not out in that last game, will carry on from where she left off, which perhaps is a good thing with that kind of form.
Yes, a lot will depend on her, definitely. There will be expectations from the team as well for her to give those runs. Those runs keep coming from her bat. But we need also other batters to step in from Nepal, because she alone, we've seen, yes, she's got runs, but if others can contribute, they can actually put up a good fighting total.
And they've clearly thought about Samjana Khadka's best role. She had never opened until that opening game against the UAE, and she's not going from that opening spot anytime soon. But Samjana Khadka, Nepal, they continue to dream.
And that is the win. A win that has eluded them for so many years is finally theirs to hug. Victory is sweeter when it comes after a lot of struggle.
We are not here to participate. I think we are here to perform as well. So we will play our best game.
Enjoy this moment, Nepal. It belongs to you. Hug this win, Nepal. Tighter. It belongs to you.
Whatever we need to in this Asia Cup to have a better performance, we have done that things in the practice session. We have worked really hard on the areas we need to work, and so we have done that homework. Hopefully we can give a good fight over it.
What a moment. They have written the history here.
We will try our best. We will play a good cricket.
It's a great story, and it continues to be written and rewritten. And could they add a huge chapter if they are to get the result against Pakistan? That can happen in the Women's Asia Cup. Games come thick and fast. It's a format that doesn't forgive you if you drop an early game like Pakistan did. And as far as Malaysia go, they dropped a game as well. to Thailand, and they will have the tough challenge of the hosts who were sublime against Bangladesh. Sri Lanka taking on Malaysia in the afternoon game tomorrow of the Women's Asia Cup. Make sure you catch all the action. Sri Lanka, Malaysia to kick us off tomorrow, and then later that evening, it's another tricky game for Bangladesh, especially given Nigar Sultana side have not won in 2024, and Thailand do not take them lightly, even if they don't have some of their heavyweights. That is a game to look forward to. That'll be this time tomorrow in the tournament. Right, let's look at a score. Important for a Pakistan batting unit that's not high on confidence. What would they like to keep this Nepal team to?
Realistically speaking, I think anything under 100 should be fine.
Under 100. That's good batting conditions. Mithali, are you feeling differently?
Well, I would back Nepal to score maybe 120, 130.
130.
130, yeah.
See, Nazi, Marina's answer was from the heart, I think. Are you nervous, Marina?
Keeping the facts in check, yeah. I am.
All right. Thank you very much to Mithali Raj and to Marina Iqbal. That is what we've got in store for you. Hindu Burma's Nepal, Niradhar's Pakistan. Huge game in the context of the semi-final race, and live action from Dambulla is coming right up.
this is a big opportunity to showcase our talents.
जिसने एशिया कप में क्वालिफाई किया है वो अच्छी टीम है और हर एक मैच बहुत अच्छा मैच होगा.
We are not playing with the names, we are playing with the teams.
सारी एशियन कंट्रीज़ हैं, अपनी अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पे खेलेंगे सारे. हमारे स्पिनर्स भी बहुत ज़बरदस्त हैं इस दफ़ा, बैटर्स बड़ा ज़बरदस्त काम करके आए हैं.
T20 can anything magic can happen.
एक्साइटेड, बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ, हर कोई एक्साइटेड है इसको लेके.
ऑब्वियसली इसकी हाइप डिफरेंट होती है.
गर्ल्स आर वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड मेंटली फोकस्ड. मैच के अलावा भी वो जो एनवायरनमेंट बनता है वो बहुत मतलब उठाने वाला होता है, वो एक अलग एनवायरनमेंट होता है.
We are just focusing on what we can do better as a team, what we have practiced and what we want to do and what we are here for.
Welcome to the land of peace and calm. We are in Sri Lanka, we are in Dambula, which is famous for 5 cave temples that house over 150 exceptional works of art. Cave Temple Complex, Singaria Rock Fortress, and much, much more. Welcome to Sri Lanka and Dambula. Pakistan aiming for their first win. They will be hungry. Watch out, Nepal. This is the encounter, the second one of the day. Nidadar and her Pakistan girls are all set for Indu Verma and her warriors right here. It's going to be a mouth-watering encounter considering the form that Nepal are in, the confidence that they are riding on, and Pakistan surely will be hurt and they will become very, very dangerous. Pakistan versus Nepal, a very crucial game from Group A in the Women's Asia Cup 2024. We are coming live from Dambula. And the most crucial thing always in any game is the toss. We'll come back to that. We'll update you on that as well. But we have to tell you about that winning moment. That winning moment was special because it came back after a lot of effort, struggle. And I'd like to say, oh, yes, the joys and the tears, to hell with the fears. You only do one thing with those fears. You set them on fire. They set the stage on fire and they got their first win. How much it means to them, the joy, the elation, the celebration, well deserved. Talk about their rivals. Of course, Pakistan are aware of the fact that they can be very, very dangerous. At the moment, Nepal are at number 2, Pakistan at number 3. Pakistan had a loss against India. And then when you speak about the toss, yes, Isabel Joyce was there with the 2 captains and Pakistan won the toss and chose to field. As I say that, I have former Pakistan international and the selector, Marina Iqbal, joining us right here. Good evening, Marina.
Good evening, Paddy. Yeah, it is a tough match. Do or die for Pakistan. Nepal, just one change for them. But you have to keep an eye on that first name, Samjana, 72 not out. Will be walking with a lot of confidence. Indu, equally important as a captain and as an all-rounder. And also I would count Sita Rana Magar, also has a vital role to play.
Yeah, when you talk about that team, one change. Sabnam Rai is out, Roma Thapa comes in. Pakistan also have one change?
Yes, Iram Javed drops out and Umaima Suhail comes in. It's handy with the bat in the middle order, more experience and conventional batter with some off-spin as well. With these conditions, it might suit her, but they've got now 6 spinners to operate with.
Okay, so there's no shortage of the bowling prowess right there. The girls are eager, they won the toss. That's Nidada for you. A must-win match for Pakistan against Nepal. Yes, they are warming up, they are gearing up for the big battle. They have to stay in the hunt. They can't afford to lose this one. Focus has to be sharp. And the girls know it. This is a very crucial game given the conditions and where they are placed in that group at the moment. Talk about key performers, Nidadar, Muniba Ali, 1,000 plus runs, Nashara Sandhu. And then Munira spoke to Sayeda Arup Shah a short while back. And this is what we have for you.
Sayeda Arup Shah, thank you for joining us. Brilliant performance, comeback against India. Tell us about how it was.
First of all, I'm thankful to God, and obviously it's a big opportunity to play against a good team and represent Pakistan again. So I am happy and feeling proud. The match was good. I only thought that if I bowl well and if I bowl my best balls, nobody can play me.
Talking about your best bowling, you have made significant changes in your bowling. What have you done on what work you have done on it?
When I got dropped from the team, I thought it's a good opportunity for me to get better and improve myself. So I work at the back end with my coach and work on variations and bowling accuracy. So that's all.
I know you're a very competitive player. You love to field, you love to bowl well. What are your personal goals for this tournament?
Yeah, personal goals, obviously not an personal goal, but I want to be a momentum changing bowler for my team and win matches for Pakistan.
And I personally know you like to dance, so have you learned any new dance moves?
It's a new dance move, Tauba Tauba.
That's a popular song right now. All right, thank you very much. Good luck for the game and enjoy the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, talk about the enjoyment factor. You can't afford to be tight from your arms, shoulders, and the mindset in particular. When you stand together, you do stand a chance. Power of unity shown by Nepal there. And when you speak about that team, there are a few match winners there as well. We talk about the captain. We have to speak about Samjana Khadka as well, isn't it? Yeah, that innings of 72 was beautiful. They had a win under their belt. Looking at the key performers, Indu Burma, 645 T20 international runs, 29 wickets, 751 for Rubina Chetri, 42. And then Sita Rana Magar as well. All-rounders is what they have, and that is what you need in a sport like that. When you speak about Samjana's innings from the last game, it was special for so many reasons. The stroke play and the responsibility she took heads on.
That was a brilliant knock. I mean, she waited for the deliveries to be in her zone and she went after it. She crafted few shots on her strengths. And the best thing was, I haven't seen a clearer innings than that. Under pressure, going for the chase, and she made sure she carried the bat and took Nepal for the win.
What an innings. And the timing of it, when that sort of a knock becomes a part of a win also, and it will always be etched in your memory for a long time to come. Okay. Nedadar won the toss. She said we're going to bowl first. Good decision.
Well, obviously, it's a do-or-die match for them, and given the fact that how the batting lineup is looking a bit shaky, obviously, I think it'll be more comfortable for them to know the target and then batters coming up with a plan with clarity how to go about it.
Right. It happens amongst openers. Some would love to face the first ball. Well, at times there's also a clash saying, okay, you take. When I was playing Ranji Trophy, so my partner always wanted to take the first ball. I too wanted to take the first ball. With Sachin and Virendra Sehwag, it was different. So it's all settled now. Samjana Khadka. This was the player we were talking about. She's special, isn't she?
Indeed she is. And she's got a long career ahead of her, especially from that knock, 72 not out. She'll have ample confidence and she'll be having a big heart out there in the middle. Just need to carry that momentum. Along with Sita Rana Magar, another senior pro.
Spoke about momentum. Momentum we learned in physics in school. It's not just mass into velocity. In sport, it has much greater meanings. It runs in your veins. You start to feel better. Yes, that team badly needs a win. All set. The two fielders that they've taken out. Wideish third man on the offside and deep backward square leg on the onside. Fatima Sana is all ready with the first over. They've got a slip as well. Just to update you, Pakistan won the toss and they've chosen to field first. We're all set for this one. This game is very crucial for Pakistan. They need to win this one to come to level terms with Nepal.
Coming right arm over. Let's play.
Here comes the first ball. It's a 6-3 field. Oh, well bowled. And that will give every member on the Pakistan side a lot of confidence. Good start.
Good start indeed, Fatma Sana. She just needs to keep repeating that length. Starts with somewhere around 4/5 stump. A natural swing is to just bring the ball back into the right-hander. But length is very important here. Make use of that new ball.
And there's nobody behind square, mind you. She can't afford to go on the legs. Just as we talk about it, there's one deep backward, deep square leg, and nothing behind them. Then you've got a vacant region back there. So she has to bowl either outside off or within the stumps.
And also the wind is giving some drift to Fatma Sana. Genuine in-swing bowler, but with that wind might get a little bit of extra movement. Short mid-wicket fielder and also the mid-on fielder, they need to keep an eye on the bat.
Well done, nice corridor that she's bowling to the field. And immediately the non-striker runs, they have a chat and a piece of advice maybe.
When you've played a match-winning knock, obviously you have that rush of blood. And at times you're still in that mind frame that you can middle the first ball. I'm not saying she can't, but this is a new opposition, new surface, new game. Probably take a few minutes for yourself.
And you spoke about it. She got width and she says, okay, the first boundary is here. What a shot over extra for 4.
It was there to be hit. Outside off stump, inviting Samjana to go aerial, and she does with some ease. You need to keep the line and length tight. This time the ball went straight with the angle, didn't come back. It was fuller length. Never look at that. Just whipped it over the infield.
And suddenly she'll start to feel better about herself. Irrespective of how many runs you got in the last game, it is what you do on this day. So she gets a boundary. She'll feel a lot more confident about herself. As we say this, is this wicket number 1? It's a big one. Pakistan have taken care of Samjana. She's going back to the hut.
Fatma Sana, she has that stock delivery under her sleeves. She can pitch it, drop it short, and can surprise you. Samjana probably thought she could take her on, but just held a little bit. Probably hurried on to her. She was in no position to pull it. It was too close to pull. Just ballooned it, and Nashra Sandhu did the rest. First blow, and a big one for Nepal. Samjana gone on 4, Nepal 4 for 1.
All right, look at that. Why do you always search for completeness in things? Half moon is the most beautiful thing. It's not half moon, by the way. But there's more to it. You can search beauty in whatever you see. For the moment, Pakistan are searching beauty in the first wicket.
Great camera work there. Kabita Kunwar got a few matches under her belt. 49, that is 201 runs. Strike rate decent, 72. Straight away standing outside the crease to counter that swing.
Suddenly there's a lot of energy floating around. Very successful first over for Pakistan, 4 for 1. Talk about the Nepal side, one change in their rank also today. Sabnam Rai out, Roma Thapa comes in. Pakistan also with one change. Sadia, well, this is what we are thinking. Spin straight away in the power play.
Yeah, Sadia has become very responsible and efficient with that new ball for past few years now for Pakistan. Very economical, tight with lines and lengths.
Cuts it beautifully. Uses the bowler space to win that race, gets 4.
Speaking of which, you don't want to be bowling there. That length won't get you wickets. It's very important to understand that. Easy pickings, anyone at international level will put those away. Had ample time, just waited for the ball and played right underneath her eyes to perfection.
Now she was trying to compensate for the previous delivery because it was bowled short and she conceded a boundary on that one. Over pitches that one. 2 fielders that they've taken on the fence are both on the onside, the backward square leg and mid wicket. She can't afford to give room on the offside. That's a better delivery. Oh, that's a direct hit. They look at the umpire, though I don't see too much of an energy in the field.
I reckon the bat was still in the air. That's what I'm thinking. She did not drag it, and if that's the case, we'll talk about the technique though, but is it a second blow for Nepal? We'll wait for that.
It seems she has grounded the bat there. Still waiting for the final confirmation though. She has a smile on her face.
Yeah, maybe just in time, but probably should have dragged it a bit earlier. Way before that line, you need to do that to avoid that risky calls.
Take a look at that again. Previous angle was a better one. Not out, the verdict. The point that you're making, right, you should start dragging it much before that white line.
Guard your wicket with your life.
Well said. Put a price on it. Do simple things right. Some things will never change. Dragging the bat, how to drag it also is an art. Sideways, the best way. Second best, the back of the bat facing the sky. Back of the bat, never towards the land.
Sadia is way more effective against right-handers because with the angle comes the ball in and she doesn't allow you any room. With left-handers, that's a different story.
Quicker one, that one. She's wearing her pace, that's for sure. That's a good sign, considering she's bowling to a left-hander and a right-hander.
That's the wicket.
Very good, very good.
Just hurried onto her. Couldn't really extend the arms. I thought she might have been surprised way outside off stump. Another thing you need to keep in mind.
Down the leg side, down the leg side. More out of excitement than hope. 2 overs gone, 9 for 1. One thing, Marina, they've done their homework, Pakistan. When you talk about that, the first thing is they made one change today. And second thing is, we saw Fatima bowling the last over. They've started to dig the ball short and to force the batsman better on the back foot. That is something they were not doing against India.
Two different oppositions. You need to have plan for your opposition as well. You need to do the homework, rightly said so. But again, I'm a huge believer that homework set aside, you need to execute it well. Against Nepal, I'm all in for that short deliveries, but you can't be predictable because anyone playing at this level will pick you up. And the shorter deliveries on this type of surface, where it's not quick, it's not nippy, gives you enough time to put them away.
Oh, you said it's not nippy, but would you also say no demons in the surface either? So this is going to reward and honor quality.
Demons are in the head, Paddy.
As they always say, your best friend and your worst enemy lies between the two ears. It is what you do with that mind of yours. What are they riding on? Crest of confidence. But Pakistan are searching for that win. Coach spoke to him earlier. Off-camera chat. And was sounding very confident. Sounding very confident. He said we partied that night, and but he also told the girls sleep early. Oh, treat! What a shot!
Fatma Sana struggling to stay consistent. Pitched up again outside off stump. That width, you'll always get punished on it. Steady hands to stand and deliver. Fielder had no chance whatsoever. It was slammed hard.
Earlier in the day, we were talking about the fact, the pleasure that you derive out of playing an exquisite cover drive, the confidence that you get, and exactly the shot that you were talking about then. The shoulder, the cradle, the finish, and the lovely arc. Well bowled, good comeback by the bowler.
It's simple. You need to keep that line and length. Don't give any room. And Fatma Sana is experienced enough, has led Pakistan also, and that too against New Zealand. The first win ever, beating New Zealand in New Zealand. She's experienced enough to understand that. When one particular delivery is giving you success, why would you want to do any other experiment?
It was a short delivery and it has been cut away in style for another boundary. Previous one of the front foot, this one of the back foot. Second boundary of the over.
Well, Kabita showing that she's got enough range of shots to counter Pakistan's bowling attack. Again the width and ample time. It's on the toes, I love that. Tried to reach for it and the execution was perfect.
And the batter didn't have the room that normally you would want for a cut shot. Then she was totally airborne for a bit, and then out of no position creates that boundary. Beautiful shot, Kabita. She's on 8 from 7, 2 boundaries already. Magar too has a boundary to her name. This one bowled well, right in the corridor. Change of pace as well. 3 gone, 18 for 1. Umaima, third bowler introduced in the 4th over. 49 matches for her. Slip in place. Again, the two fielders on the onside on the fence. Okay, and the invitation is take your chance.
Yeah, probably because of that left-hander, Nida has opted for Umaima Sohail. She can turn the ball. But it's a newer ball. Might skid on. Got to slip in. That's smart. Quick, loud, clear call for single. I would have given Sadia Iqbal another over.
Considering she bowled a very tight over, 5 runs from that over. Invitation is to go over the top straight. Will Kabita take that challenge? She comes down the track, goes straight, and she gets a boundary.
They're not hanging back. Nepal. Doesn't matter whoever they're facing, they know how to bat. Umaima Sohail surprised. Was slammed hard and had enough time to react. Maybe brushing her fingers, but beats everyone.
And the good thing is, when she went for it wholeheartedly. There were no half measures. Either be totally in it or be blissfully uninterested. Tossed it up again. She this time around shows a little bit more caution. However, it was another delivery. She could have gone straight over the top.
Might be thinking now, but she'll have plenty of opportunities to do that.
Will she try that again? What she tried 2 balls ago? Let's see. No, quicker one ball. She taps it, calls a partner for a single. Partner responds. Run completed.
Intelligent batting from Nepal. They're picking up the boundaries, but more importantly, they're rotating the strike. It's an unconventional action that has troubled a lot of us at start. You can see the arm doesn't come from over the head. It comes a little bit roundish.
Okay, is there a chance? She thought for it a little bit, and then in the end you just have to go and pick it up and send it back. It's another boundary. What a good shot.
They're taking the attack back to Pakistan. Hut. Sidra, I mean, probably the best fielders. Didn't pick it up. She waited for it. Should have gone sideways to cover that. Have a look at that. Waiting, waiting. Now she realizes you need to start covering the line and the distance of the ball early as you can.
Okay, last ball of the over coming. 2 boundaries in the over already. You got 10 from 5 balls so far. Still, the field is same. No change whatsoever. She says, okay. This time around, not exactly from the meat of the bat. She keeps strike. 4 gone. 29 for 1.
Change in bowling coming left arm over.
Sadia's end has been changed. Now, why would you do that? Because the last over that she bowled from the other end, she only conceded 5. It was a tight over.
Yeah, I don't think, and I'm not sure why Nida brought Umaima. Maybe just for the left-hander, but Sadia has way more experience with new ball. Now probably just to cover that up, because the previous over went for runs. She's brought Sadia back. Even Fatma struggled. But I think that she should have continued with Sadia, because she's pro with new ball. She knows what she's doing. She's got a lot of wickets within the power play.
And this is why she's good. She bowls quick, she bowls within the stumps, she asks a lot of questions. Nothing doing is what the umpire says, though they've crossed over for a single.
Yeah, managed to dismiss 32 right-handers and only 7 left-handers. This time just drifting down the leg, rightly called.
The right-hander, they want to pack the onside field. So there are 4 on the offside now. You have a short fine leg. You have mid-wicket, mid-on inside the circle. Then you've got a backward square leg and a mid-wicket on the onside. Mid-on, mid-off up in the circle. Doesn't have too many variations, but her strength is her accuracy. She bowls stump to stump line and she says, you miss, I hit.
Yeah, it comes back in with the angle as well, and her strength is also to vary the pace.
Edge wicket! Well bowled and well kept.
Sadia Iqbal, another right-handed batter against her. That's what I was talking about. You needed to keep her on. There was no need to bring Umaima with the new ball. She's not experienced. You need wickets. Another blow for Nepal and some delight and a breather for Pakistan. Kavita played a good knock. Just went on with it. A little bit of extra bounce.
Yeah, no hesitation. Instantly the wicketkeeper, the bowler and the umpire's finger went up in unison. Muniba making no mistake whatsoever. And the second wicket. They had to break this partnership. Kavita goes for 13. It's 30 for 2. Indu Burma comes in, a lot of experience, 645 runs. Pakistan, when they'd taken Samjana's wicket, after that a few overs bowled where runs were conceded. They should have tightened the screws there, Marina.
I agree. I mean, bringing Umaima, I thought, was just allowing Nepal to get back into the game. Sadia is way more efficient and effective with new ball. Fatma Sana did struggle with line and length.
And you were bang on with your analysis there. Cleaned up, wicket number 3. This is the beauty. Look at the smile, the joy and the wicket. Wicket number 3, it's 30 for 3 now.
That's what she does best, Sadia Iqbal. Against right-handers, it's very difficult to put her away. With the angle, it comes back in, it's hard to cut, it's hard to play it even on the onside. Through the defenses, there was a huge gap between bat and pad, and that's exactly where Sadia exploited the opportunity. Another one down.
A unique celebration as well. Indu Burma for naught, 30 for 3.
Double strike from Sadia Iqbal brings Rubina Chetri to the middle. Just when you thought Nepal started with some confidence in spite of losing their top scorer in the last game, Pakistan has struck back. Whether it was predetermined or as a result of the 2 wickets, we'll find out if Umaima still bowls. This is Sadia Iqbal cleaning up. Oh, there's a little noise there as well. Umpire's been kind to the appeal so far. No harm done for now. Isabel Joyce and Mithali Raj with me.
Of excitement always when you hear a sound, but the bat on the ground, pretty sure that one turned a little bit, which I'm sure the bowler would be pleased about. She would have been more pleased had it taken the edge, but a bit of a gap between bat and pads.
2 overs in the power play for Omaima.
Nice.
I think so far losing some Jana right in the beginning, and after that we've seen that quite couple of shots which I was impressed with from Kunwar, but yes, they couldn't really bring a big partnership there. But I see the intent here. It's not like they're getting blocked. They're looking for runs. They're trying those one-odd big shots to get those boundaries going. I think that's quite good about this team, about Nepal.
Yeah, Umaima Sohail back in Pakistan's playing 11. I think last featured in win over New Zealand in New Zealand. Impressive series in December 2023. Called up again. Left out Sadaf Shamas among others. And she's having a role to do with ball first, perhaps to our surprise. She's followed up an over that conceded 11 with a maiden. 30 for 3 Nepal as the power play comes to an end. Won the toss, decided to bowl first. Big game for Nidadar and her team. Samjana Khadka thought she could carry on from where she left off. Just one shot too many in the first over. Loose balls were punished. Mithali Raj points out they are looking for boundaries whenever the opportunity presents itself. And a double strike from Sadia Iqbal, just rocking Nepal in the power play.
I was interested in that bowling change. It was a decent one at the start from Nepal, but then they lost those 2 wickets. Umaima Sohail, when they lost the 2 wickets, that was the time to bring her in, not when they were attacking with their top batters. I think that was the mistake. She needs 4 fielders out when you've got players that have a number of different options. And then that's why she went for the maiden afterwards. Nashra Sandhu will bowl the first over outside the power play. She's one of the top bowlers for Pakistan, tends to bowl in this region in the game, soaks up dot balls, manages to get dots even though the field is spread. Cover and 2 fielders on the leg side are out. Only 3 outside the ring.
Yeah, in spite of India just cruising to victory, Nashra Sandhu was economical in the last game, 1 for 20 of her 4. Rubina Chetri's got experience. It's outside the line. Full marks for the appeal.
You know you're not really in with the chance when the bowler is turning around and walking back to her mark afterwards. Have a look at Nashra Sandhu after this is delivered. Not a chance. She just turns around and then laughs.
It's amazing what 30 for 3 can do. Everyone seems relaxed, more relaxed than they were 30 minutes ago.
The body language from Nida Dar coming out to the toss. She was walking out, she was marching. It was like she just needed to get out there, wanted the first wickets down, wanted to get into the game.
Cut away, but there is a sweeper who has work to do. And the deep, she was always going to get 2 big spaces there as well. Saida Arup Shah was outstanding in the outfield in the Under-19 World Cup. And
well, she'd actually run in towards the ball. She didn't realise how well the ball was hit, so she made a bit of a hames of it. Had to come back on herself. I think she should have been one. A fielder of her stature should be able to cut that off.
high standards for Isabel Joyce. Neat start from Nashra. 32 for 3 Nepal. Crucial partnership this now, especially given the experience that Sita Ranamagar and Rubina Chetri have. Most experienced pair in this Nepal side, and they'll have to administer middle overs, much like how India had to batting first. They got off to a flyer, but it required some consolidation at a decent clip from Harmanpreet Kaur and Jamima Rodrigues. Here is Saida Arup Shah's leg spin. That's gone through. Thankfully it has does no more damage than just the single. Couple of wickets for Saida Arup Shah in the last game as well.
A little bit of a hand to it, just saved the ball scooting through. Could have probably got the body behind it, but just the single off the bowler. A wicket taker from Pakistan. Sadia Iqbal, that made the mistake there, but not too much damage done.
She's got mid-off and mid-on, so they're inside the circle. The invitation is there to try and take Saida Arup Shah down straight over. Fielders in the deep are deep square leg, deep mid wicket, sweeper on the offside.
It's interesting talking to Marina Iqbal about Saida Arup Shah and what she's been working on with her bowling. It's this approach, really measured and slow towards the crease, so she doesn't rush her action. That means she gets up and over a nice straight leg, comes over the top, because she hasn't maybe done as much as we expected after the Under-19 World Cup.
That is an excellent bit of fielding. Really good. That had four written all over it. Was well struck. This is while India were on the charge. Smriti Mandhana was just short of 50. Alia Riaz. Moment of exasperation, and then dismissed Smriti's partner as well. That's deception. She enjoyed that, Arup Shah.
Also, I think she's pretty consistent with her line. She's pitching up to the batter, and with her action, I think it is pretty easy action. And because she cocks her wrist at the loading, I think that is why she's able to release it consistently. And in a position that, you know, it is so easy for a leg spinner to get that tweak and that revolution in her bowling.
Well kept, really well kept, and probing over from Arup Shah comes to an end. It's 34 for 3.
I think as well what's helped with Arup Shah is she's got a bit older. It's tough as a leg spinner when you're only 16, 17. You don't have the strength, but she's been a really good addition, Saida Arup Shah. She's been the latest bowler used, just the 2 runs from her 1 over so far. Sadia Iqbal has been the most successful, 2 for just 6 runs from her 2 overs, and inside the power play as well.
And they say it all around the game. Spinners mature a bit later. Best years for them are as they advance in age. Is that why Isabel Joyce turned to spin as her career got more and more deep?
Stop being incisive in one thing and the body gives up, the knees give up. You go, what else can I do?
Where is run scoring option coming from? That's a question Rubina must ask herself. 3 of 11. That's good option, but there is a fielder there. Saw it tossed up, eyes lit up, advanced down, but didn't find the gap.
Really uncharacteristic. This is from Nasha Sandhu. She doesn't normally bowl any full tosses in the whole spell. They are going to change the fields. They're giving a carrot. They're keeping mid-off and mid-out. In fact, mid-on is going back. So a bit of respect being shown. cover out, 3 out on the leg side. So there are single options there. It's just whether they want to score the boundaries.
Yeah, even for Arup Shah, the leg spinner, and when Sitarana Magar came on strike, mid-on went back. So they've identified that as a more desired scoring option for Rana Magar, but they're allowing Rubina to take a risk. Junaid Khan left of screen, Mohammad Wazim, new role as head coach.
We've been talking about this code and we thought maybe it was about the number on the back, but that's not going to work. There's no number 5 in the Pakistan lineup today, so we're still at a loss. Tweets in here, please, if you figured it out.
That was the sheet that Nidadar was carrying, perhaps. Remember her carrying a big sheet here, so she's got the reference points. That was the invitation that was offered, and Rubina gladly accepts. That should break the shackles. First boundary for Chetri. As the over comes to an end, 40 for 3. Well, it rolls along the Women's Asia Cup, Sri Lanka. You can expect the crowd to come in good numbers, especially how they were entertained last evening. And up against them, Malaysia, who went down to Thailand and looked to put in a performance against the hosts. This one's got plenty riding on it. We are to assume, no disrespect to Malaysia, that Sri Lanka win. Then Bangladesh and Thailand has the same stakes as this game right now. Long on still in place for the left-hander. Arup Shah continues. Yeah, it's that period now with Rubina getting her first boundary. They should try and at least get the singles. Good shot this.
Yeah, I think she picked up as soon as she gave a little bit of loop there. She stepped out and she converted that into a good scoring shot. That should help her to play a little more freely now.
Oh, she's taking ages to get there, and this might be a huge wicket. This is the experienced pair. Just sense they were unsettling a little bit, Nepal, not finding the gaps. And we're going to go upstairs, but it looks like Pakistan have another.
Such an area of strength for the left-hander. So they've got their best fielders in point. Really well read. Fatima Sana picks up, releases quickly and really accurately as well. Muniba Ali, well, that's one of the easier ones to take. Not even in the frame almost. It'll be given out. So it'll be the 4th wicket for Nepal. Rubina Chetri just didn't get going. Didn't get going with bat in hand, didn't get going with that run. She's got to get going now. Back to the tent. It's 40 for 4.
Yeah, bitterly disappointed. Rubina Chetri, boundary of the last ball she faced, was keen to get strike, bit too keen. Was a hesitant bit of running. Ball went quickly to the fielder. Clean pickup. And she finds herself well short. Yep, she acknowledges the error. That's a big wicket. Rubina Chetri is gone. Nepal in trouble at 40 for 4. They'll have the chance to regroup as the players will take a break for drinks. Coaches out. Whatever number 5 was, it works. On display in the dugout. Messages and code words and code numbers. Well, they lost some Janakharka, which would have deflated the dressing room, the kind of form she showed. Kavita Kanwar did all right, actually. But a double strike from Sadia Iqbal, dismissing the Nepal captain as well. He needed these two to take the game and the innings a bit deeper. It's a much happier Pakistan side. Boundary to start off for Samjana Khadka. Tried to go big again. Out caught simplest of catches. Sitaranamagar then took it upon her. And she was joined by Kavita Kamar, who played some delightful shots. And the opportunity presented itself. Fortunately then a double strike. First Kavita caught behind. And then completely deceiving Indu Barma. Top class bowling from Sadia Iqbal. Just when Rubina thought she had unshackled herself, needless run out.
Sadia Iqbal still standing out amongst the crowd there. 2 for 6 from her too, but all the bowlers have performed. 1 for Fatima Sana, 1 for 13 from her. But all of them good economy, especially Sayeeda Arupsha.
Well, Niradhar would be much happier, and let's find out how she was feeling ahead of this game.
पहला तो हमारा गोल यही है कि हम मैच टू मैच खेलें और एशिया कप की ट्रॉफी लिफ्ट करें, और सेकेंडली ये वर्ल्ड कप का सीज़न है तो हमारा पहला गोल होगा कि सेमीफाइनलिस्ट तक तो सेमीफाइनल तो खेलें, और आई गेस वी हैव दैट गट्स, और वो हमारे टैलेंटेड भी हैं लड़कियां, कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत अच्छा है, तो अगर हम 100% अपनी अप्रोच के साथ अगर खेलें तो डेफिनेटली वी कैन विन वंडर्स.
Right, out walks the teenage Pooja Mahato, 18 years of age, saw the job through along with Samjana Khadka in the opening game. She has a 50 in international cricket. How they'd love for her to come close to that again. That's a bit of a gift as she's just joined the crease. It's a good bit of work from the fielder in the deep. Tubasan.
I think Nepal's plan is very clear here when it comes to the batting. Here is the wicket, the run out, big wicket. Rubina Chetri, who's been a consistent performer for Nepal, had to walk back, getting run out. That's not the best way to get out when you know that you just scored your first boundary.
Yeah, you could see the exasperation on the face of Indu Barma. I think the two senior players as well, they're better. They batted along together. They batted together for a long time. And I think they completely misjudged the speed of whether they'd make that single or not. It was never on.
And the fielder, they didn't recognise who the fielder was, because there are some better than others, and especially in point when the spinner's on, you have to be able to judge the spin. It was one of the better fielders, whereas in Pakistan, obviously, you caught up with that one and threw it in.
Yeah, scrambling is actually contagious to the combox. Struggling for my words. You had a little stutter there as well.
I was trying to remember Fatima Sana's second name. There she is. Smile on the face. No surprise, she's taken a wicket, got it run out.
It's just Mithali that middles every word, like she middled every ball. Now we approach the middle phase of the innings. Well, we should have got there, but she'll have to reload, Sayeeda Arupsha. It's the first wide of the innings.
What was always going to happen, we were talking her up, great line, great length, and she's dragged down a couple and floated up a wide one.
Much better. Run out from that over. That'll hurt Nepal. They are now 43 for 4 at the halfway stage.
.43 for 4. Tension written all over the face of the Nepal coach. Pakistan will be happy the way things have gone so far. Nida won the toss, chose to field, except for the one Sadia over that should have gone to her. Besides that, things have gone pretty okay. She's bowled 2 overs now. She's taken 2 wickets, conceded just 6. And that was the point Marina Iqbal in the commentary was making then. I'll say hello to her now.
Hello to you as well, Paddy.
Good looking shot that, but captaincy after that, 1 over, which where we spoke about it, Sadia should have bowled that over, and she didn't bowl. She has been spot on, the Pakistan captain.
Yeah, has utilized the regular bowlers more often now. Umaima always effective with slightly older ball than new ball. Nashra, yes, she is one you can also rely with the new ball. But she quickly realized and adjusted.
She's used 5 bowlers so far. Will there be a need for the 6th one as well? Or will they fill the quota?
Well, I think they will definitely go for the 6th one as well. Suba Hassani yet to bowl. She was taken apart in that last game against India, but today is a different opposition. Probably when things are more under control and Nida Dar will feel more confident to bring Tuba back.
Against Sadia, when they had no answers, the Nepal batters, you should be well aware of the shifting sands you're tiptoeing over. And the guile was there, and the finish was there. You spoke about the one that comes in with the arm, and that was the one that took 2 wickets. Sometimes the talent and the potential is eternal. It transcends everything. With her, you see that.
Yeah, initially, Sadia Iqbal started with the newer, older ball, and she had that turn as well. But with time, she realized, and that was also the need of the team as well. We were struggling to have a new bowler, especially for T20s. Subcontinent teams rely on to have a spinner from the other end, especially Pakistan. She actually took that roll up. She worked on herself and even the coaches, and now she has perfected that art.
Yeah, and talk about getting the supporting act. Nashra at the moment finishes her 3rd with this gentle tap, and only 4 runs conceded of that over. It's a tight over, 11 gone, 47 for 4. This is how it is. They made 1 change today, did Nepal. 1 change Pakistan also made today. Besides that, they didn't have to make much changes. Both well done, well bowled. Saida comes in for a 3rd. Look at the economy there. Conceded only 5 so far. And when it pitches, it turns right from in front of you. That's a problem.
Oh, she's a class act. She has worked on her bowling, as she mentioned, especially on the accuracy. But she's the one who can turn it with some speed.
Now, when she bowls such line with such turn, direct hit in the story would have been very different. Direct in the story would have been very different. Would you not have a slip for her?
Yes, they should, especially given the situation of the game. She's disappointed, and rightly so, because as a spinner or even as a pacer, you need to get behind those stumps. Look where Arup Shah is, trying to collect it in front of the stumps. It was never going to happen. Had she been behind, that would have been a run out.
And the throw either has to be in the hands, let me tell you, or it has to be with such a bounce that the taker collects it easily, where you don't get hurt. Quicker delivery, that one, varying her pace this time around for the left-hander. Good running as well.
Yeah, they're quick on their feet, realizing an opportunity presented to pick a single, and that's exactly what they've done. Playing beneath her eyes, quick loud call.
And Pakistan will not be too deterred with that. till the time the boundaries are not conceded, because you spoke about the fact that they should restrict them to under 100. There comes another dot ball. So singles won't be that much of a problem, considering you don't consider a boundary.
Yeah, but still I believe that if you're assigned there to stop singles, that's your work. Every day in and out.
True. Absolutely. Now slip, we spoke about that. And the ball is trickling down to the fence for 4. Had a slip in there, the story would have been very different.
Yep, with the Rupshas, there's always an option. One might get through that slip cordon. Whenever she gets it right, it turns with some pace. It was fuller delivery, yes, but Pakistan need wicket. They should be looking for wickets.
After 17 balls, this boundary came. So you understand it was quite a drought, so to say. 2 singles and a boundary conceded from the 5 balls so far. Still no slip. Tosses it up yet again. This is a better looking shot from the meat of the bat. That will make it 7 from the over. 12 gone, 54 for 4. For 4. We were speaking about the singles, Marina, and it's so important for the players in the circle to make sure that the tip and run doesn't happen.
Yeah, the previous over was perfect example why you need to contain those singles, because 3 singles, 1 boundary, that spoil the over. From 6 deliveries, you might get an opportunity where the opposition will get a boundary. So if you're there to stop singles, you need to stop it, regardless of the opposition.
Very true. And when you're preventing singles and still the batters are finding a single by driving it through the covers or finding gaps, then it's fine. It should not bother you then, because you're not conceding boundaries. But if it's tip and run and singles are being stolen right from under your nose, that will hurt you.
And you can ask many bowlers this question, that what hurts the most, boundary or single, and they will always reply it's the single.
Yeah, because when a batter hits a boundary, maybe it's a bad ball or it's a very good shot, right? In both cases, you'll either curse yourself or nobody else. So here, you look at the fielder and say, come ahead, prevent that single. And now when you see the extra cover fielder, and the short mid-wicket fielder, see, she's not at the edge of the circle. Look at the mid-wicket fielder right there, on the right of your screen. Not that singles will not be available, but they should not be available in front, where extra cover is, where mid-wicket is.
And that's good running. They sensed the opportunity to steal the second one, and they did. So far has been a good over. Just 2 coming off it. Last delivery needs to close it clean.
If conceding 2 runs from 5 balls is good, what is very good for you? I understand your heart is searching for that win. And why not? Okay, it's just 2 from this over. Very good one. And she finishes a spell. Concedes just 14 from 4. 56 for 4. Okay, 5 bowlers used so far in the 13 overs by Nidadar, Pakistan captain. We'll get you a double header tomorrow as well. A tournament that's being played between 8 teams spread over 10 days. Sri Lanka, what a fantastic victory yesterday. Of course, they're playing Malaysia tomorrow. Atapatu will be in action yet again. So much to expect from her. Bangladesh coming off a loss. Thailand cannot be taken lightly.
Not at all. They've been progressing. They've been getting better and better every day in all 3 departments. And they've got the confidence as well.
She knows that you can't rely on gifts alone to protect your throne. Work has to happen every bit.
I'm going to steal your papers, right?
What if they're not in the paper? Gentle tap. They're searching for a second. They'll get a second. Because there was a big gap. It was a wideish third man. And it was played with a deft touch.
Yeah, Nidad are still persistent with Umaima Suhail. Sita Rana Magar, favorite cricketer. Chamari Atapatu. Hobbies football and hiking, and if not a cricketer, football player or a teacher. Chamari is a good role model to have.
Straight over the bowler's head. It's a long chase for both. Long off and long on, but in vain. It's going to be a boundary, a much needed boundary.
Nida again persistent with Umaima Suhail. Nida hasn't bowled. It's been almost 14 overs now. She's the captain, far more experienced and has more control, but Umaima Suhail has been leaking runs. You have to be careful with these runs. You never know, Nepal can trouble you with the fielding they have and also the bowling. I'm still shocked why Nida hasn't taken the ball yet.
Again, a single stolen, and this is what you were talking about. I forgot to ask you this. If you had not been a cricketer, what would you have been?
Well, I was aiming to become a doctor, then all of a sudden cricket kicked in and my track changed.
You make you a pitch doctor every now and then.
Yeah, I love to dissect everything.
Umaima has conceded 7 from the 3 deliveries so far in this over. You were talking about the 6th bowler. We might see the 6th bowler soon. Because Umaima is getting expensive here. This partnership 23 from 26. Since the time Rubina was run out. Not bad at all. Taking her time. Another single. From here, 64 for 4, 13.4. Realistically, what's the score that the innings will go to?
For Nepal's perspective or Pakistan's?
Neutral perspective.
The way Nepal is playing right now, they're picking up boundaries every now and then and singles as well. Another misfield. Oh, can be tight. Yes, we'll have to go upstairs.
But the fielder's close to the wicketkeeper, but not even jumping, no celebration at all. So that suggests there may not be a strong case here for Pakistan. Still, this is just a perception. It's been referred.
He's quite short till now. And Muniba Ali has done well. Short of the ground, another one gone for Nepal.
You would make a very good umpire too. It is a wicket for Pakistan. Marina was right. Everybody else was wrong.
Tuba Hassan with that throw. It was a little vivid, but Muniba has done well. The slide coming in. They always say don't pick up the second run off a fumble. Mostly you end up running yourself out.
Good work by the wicketkeeper as well. Whips the bails off in a flash. Sita Rana Magar out for 26. It's 65 for 5.
Thank you. I think lefty out हो गया.
Thank you.
Kavita Joshi, the new batter. We've not seen a dot ball this over. Started off with a double, then a boundary. And everyone in the circle, 5 of them are taking a start from the edge of the circle. The first dot ball, here it comes. 14 gone, 65 for 5. We'll take a look at that wicket. How did that run out come? Takes the first one quickly, and then there was a fumble and the turn. The pause. Partner was saying no though.
Yeah, at times it's good to listen to your partner. She had a better view. She knew what the distance was between the ball and the wicket. She kept on saying no, but probably Sita thought she might be able to make it.
Yeah, the fumble was the lure that she fell into, and from there on, she was only heading towards one direction, and that was the pavilion. 65 for 5 at the moment. That would have dented their game plan majorly, because every time you lose a wicket, your score that you have in mind and the planning, it suffers.
It does, and also the momentum. The new player coming in, you need to adjust to the conditions quickly, and also the momentum as well. You need to get into the game. Now for Joshi, 6 overs left. She needs to understand her role. Sadia is back in attack. It won't be easy.
She's their best bet, no doubt about that. Not just because of the numbers that are flashing onto your screen from 2.1 overs, 2 wickets in just 7 runs, but the sort of impact that she brings on. I mean, there are bowlers which the batters will say, okay, not to take boundaries off, not to hit too many shots, just see her off. One such bowler.
Yeah, that fall of wicket tells a lot more story.
First falling at 4, second at 30, third also at 30, fourth at 40, fifth wicket at 65. The best partnership that happened for the second wicket.
For the new batter, I wouldn't mind bringing that cover sweeper in just to cut those easy singles off.
Yeah, because she brings the ball in. Will not be easy to bisect that gap. There's a sweeper back, and the point that Marina is making is bring that sweeper fielder back in the circle. And because she brings the deliveries in, so that'll be an invitation for the batter to just make room and go through the off cordon.
Yeah, they've got 3 patrolling the leg side. That's the cover sweeper. It won't be easy against Sadia to create the gap and go aerial, and that might be a trap for Joshi as well.
Makes room, cuts it straight to the fielder. Oh, non-striker, and direct hit. Story would have been very different. Why did the bowler not go behind the stumps? She had ample time to do that. Marina has her hand on her head. Mike, please.
These are the basics. These are the basics of the game. You bowl your delivery, you get back behind the stumps. Early on, Aroop did that. She missed a run out, and look how casual Sadia is. The stomping sideways, not covering the stumps. It was a definite run out.
And why would you want a perfect throw? There'll be a throw that'll come with 3 bounces. You should be in a position to gather it and whip off the bails. 15 gone, 68 for 5.
Change in bowling. I'm wondering when we'd see Kubasano, if we'd see it. Now, eventful final ball of that previous over. Sadia Iqbal should be behind the stumps there. There's a genuine opportunity, and the fielder's thrown it into the turf. She had to be behind the stumps, had ample time, and that's the point being made. And Mithali Raj and Isabel Joyce are the authority on decoding those numbers. Here they are now.
6 means get behind the stumps when you're the bowler and effect a run out. Tuba Hassan was the one who threw that. She's getting the opportunity with the ball now. She had a tough time last day out against India. It's taken till the 16th over for her to come out now and get a bowl.
And what's interesting is Nida Dar hasn't come to bowl. This is the 6th bowler that they are operating so far. Skipper hasn't come to bowl. Maybe that is one of those things. That could be the code, I think. Ronak, that... What do you think?
I think if I was Tuba Hassan, I'd be staggered that I haven't been thrown the ball before Omaima's bowled 3. And then 15 overs of the innings are done.
I've got a theory, a real theory this time, not the backing up the stumps. I think it's that they've numbered their bowlers 1 to 7. If we see number 1 and our opening bowler comes back on, we've decoded it.
In all seriousness, if what you're saying is even remotely accurate, it means that Nida Dar is relying almost entirely for direction from the dugout. And don't think that puts her in the best light. Experienced campaigner, 150 T20 Is.
Maybe just suggestions?
Yeah, just guidelines, not the law. Now let's see if the field changes. There is a change in the field, but subtly. Well, the sign was 4. It turns out the batter's got 4. 71 for 5. Is 74 now for 5.
Well, it was meant to go to square leg. There was a fielder out there, so she's lucky it's actually taken the edge because no fielders in slip. Too fine for the 3rd. It was a teaser, but it did have the legs to get all the way. Not a bad over from Tuba Hassan. A little bit unlucky to go for 6.
You know what? We're so curious. I'm going to throw it out there. If you're listening to us and you have any insight on what the coaching staff is trying to signal to the Pakistan team, please do send that to us. You can X us. This doesn't sound right, but you can reach out to us. You know how. In all seriousness, Sadia Iqbal has been the standout bowler. Double strike in the power play.
She's such a competitor. Uses the crease well. Her first wicket, she was bowling from behind the stumps. Next wicket, she was right up at the stumps. That just plays with the depth perception of the batters.
That's nicely played. Stepped out, got to the pitch, and more cautious running is certainly advisable. How Nepal have gone today.
Also, I think Saida really changes the pace and the variation. Sometimes the faster ones that she bowls just outside off stump is so effective, and this runs off for a boundary.
Yeah, that's powerfully struck. And she got a lot of bat on that. It raced away.
Very frustrating as a bowler when you get the ball hit back past you and you can't collect. Anything will do. Get something on it. Nice shape with the bat. Cleared the front leg. So it wasn't about the feet, but the hands were good. They should never get through though. You should be the best fielder on the pitch off your own bowling. Not in this case.
Yeah, it's hardly a conventional straight drive, but it's just got such a sweet connection. So she's gotten good hands, Kavita Joshi. She sets up that backlift nice and high, like a golf club just ready to wield. Here we go. Now it's time for number 1. That one has gone through the keeper's legs. Sadia Iqbal given away nothing in her first 3, but that's now 2 boundaries in her final over.
I think you can see that they've had a bad 6 months, the way they've reacted to this, Pakistan. There's nothing you can do about this. These things happen in cricket. It was a good delivery. It was a bit of luck. It went through the keeper's legs. It's going to be 4. They're still only on 84 for 5. So the heads have to stay lifted. They're definitely still on top, Pakistan. It's just about getting through these next 3.1 overs.
I think Kavita Joshi is now going to play some shots.
That's the over.
84 for 5. These two have just started stitching a partnership now. It's built after a couple of needless runouts have just further dented Nepal's batting effort. Been put in today by Nidadhar, who has been busy. Fatima Sana. Now we saw 2 balls going into that previous over. Number 1 was held up. Fatima Sana was the first bowler used. Isabel Joyce.
We're 50% of the way there. We just need to keep an eye. What number is held up next? And if it's number... Who has overs left? Not great technique for that ramp there. You need to get into position with a little bit more effort than that.
Keep an eye out for Kavita Joshi as well. If she would have gone the other way, then the bowler would have pulled out, thinking the batter's not ready. It was that casual. She's walked across. Full marks to Pooja Mato. She's only 18. She's having some fun. But it's the last 3 overs, and both batters are going to play some shots. Not collected cleanly. I think Kavita Joshi was safe.
Well, she's definitely not the best runner, and I find what happens as well when maybe it's not your strength, you tend to run diagonally. She's going almost sideways. She's so far away from where she started there, and it's needless addition to the distance she has to run. Definitely needs to just run in straighter lines, maybe get home a bit more easily.
Just looking at her expressions, seems like she was under control throughout. She knew exactly. She had the time to make it safe. Now, quite keen to see how Joshi lines up against the quicker bowlers. There's no run there. High back lift. Almost like she's ready for battle, like a Star Wars Jedi holding a saber.
She actually is shaping up for the ball right in at her toes. The front foot goes to the leg side. She wants it up under her eyes, almost like a golf swing. If you bowl it outside off stump, because she won't step towards it, just like that one, the bat's almost dead by the time she makes contact. So she won't get clean contact, most likely through the offside. Anything straight, keep your eyes peeled.
Come on, Kavita. Prove Izzy Joyce wrong. Smash one wide outside off stump. Just a slight delay as Nidadar gets her field. There's a deep third now, mid-off inside the circle. Just the one fielder deep on the offside. Into the batter, just bringing in protection she has on the leg side. She's provided us some entertainment. Done well, these two. Nepal will try their best to get somewhere near 100 if they can, maybe more if they're lucky. Pakistan just lose their shape and something to bowl at. Yeah, nice and slow from Fatima. Right. This usually comes up in the last two balls or towards the end of the over. So number 5 would be Arup Shah by our random calculations and all the speculation that the collective wisdom of Mithali Raj and Isabel Joyce have added. That shot has not worked for Pooja Mato. It's good over from Fatima Sana, 86 for 5.
Well, the head position is nowhere near it. You must try and keep your head in line when you're playing the ramp shot. It can be scary. You need the eyes behind to make sure you make contact. Only at the last second, just after making contact, you can maybe duck out of the way, but that's why it hasn't worked. Well, we think we've cracked it. Saida Arup Shah comes back on. The 5th bowler used. So that code, not really any secret anymore. Not sure if that's what they were going for.
Well, still be effective because the two batters in the middle would not have access to the great knowledge we do.
They figure it out when the bowler comes on.
Now the thing is, I've seen enough teams use a numeric or an alphanumeric code. English teams done it, some IPL franchises have done it. The Afghanistan team used a whiteboard and markers. I don't think there's a one-trick method to it. Oh, straight through, straight through. Should have been 1, is 4. That is sloppy.
I think that was a good hit by Joshi, and she's one of those batters in the Nepal side who've been aiming to hit straight, long on, long off area over the bowler's head. Now she has 2 fielders there, long on and long off, and Saida is inviting her to play these shots. But it is time Nepal, if they really want to have a decent total, there is an appeal.
I think there was definitely something onto this. There's a deflection that we could see first look. Whether it's hit bat glove or part of the body, we'll find out.
There's definitely a sound. It's just whether it's bat onto thigh pad or not. That's thigh pad, I think. I'd love to see it from the side because it's the point of contact we're not 100% sure about. And as a wicketkeeper, you always think those are right because you can't see what it's come off.
Good take. That is wayward. That'll be a boundary without dispute. So Joshi just turning it on now towards the end for Nepal. That's 2 boundaries. The first 3 balls of the penultimate over.
I have to say I'm really surprised with this bowling change because when you're batting the last few overs, you're looking for boundaries. You love to see a leg spinner come on. They tend to bowl something that you can take a go at. That one is short, down the leg side, the field not set, 4 runs.
I think she has bowled decently well. Maybe this one odd ball, she was trying to bowl more flatter, and in the process she's bowled a short ball. But Nepal here should be attacking because this is the 19th over. Another 9 balls, and if they need a decent total on board, They should be scoring, say, about 12 to 13 runs.
Yeah, I think Pakistan would still be happy with the score anywhere less than 100 or around 100. Still hasn't been the most polished performance from Nidadar's side. That's nicely played, just helped on its way. This is an expensive over now. It wasn't already, it's 13. Which just gives Nepal a bit of a push as they approach 100.
Well, we can expect Fatima Sana to close out the innings, but this is the penultimate over. It's been 3 fours. First of all, a misfield, then a poor delivery, and then a bit of deft touch. So we've had everything in this second last over. And it's been a really fruitful one for Nepal as they look to just give themselves something to bowl at.
I think your point on Arup Shah bowling this over more than the type of bowler. I think the choice of leg spinner, she's young, she's just made it back to the side. And she actually bowled, as Mithali said, a good first few overs. I hope everything's okay in the Nepal dressing room. It's 99 for 5. Most expensive over of the innings. Last one. They can get another 12 or 13. Suddenly, we're looking at a score in excess of 110. Now, just as that over was closing out, and we were trying to capture the emotions of the Nepal dressing room,
Well, she could see herself on the big screen. I think she didn't quite realise that she was actually on air. Famous now.
they won the bye. Chaos, easy run out on the cards, affected. Well, the running between the wickets has been to Nepal's detriment today. And there is another.
Well, they'd just been together at the end of that 19th over. Why didn't they discuss this? If it goes to the keeper, we're going to. No, they didn't have an agreed plan. The kind of thing that you can decide before the end of the over, but they didn't. So it's a disappointing end for Pooja. Fortunately for her, Pooja Mahato goes for 25 from 32, Nepal 99 for 6.
Yeah, nice little innings though. Even the innings was stuttering at 65 for 5 and needed a little partnership. At one point we thought Nepal might be in fear of being bowled out. And these two had at least taken things forward. Partnership of 34, highest of the innings, has now been broken. But Kavita Joshi will still be on strike. Oh, awkward bounce for Nidadar. Oh, they're definitely going to come back for 2. They'll get it easily. 100 has come up. Nepal seem pretty happy with that. They understand that they've got something now to fight for.
Joshi has been striking the ball really well in the last couple of overs. And she expects the next 4 balls that she's facing and getting as many runs as she can.
Oh, she's got that. My goodness, what a shot. Kavita Joshi just wields that sabre of hers and sends it for 6.
Such team togetherness from Nepal. They celebrate their own success, but they celebrate each other's success. And this was a successful swing of the willow. In at her, nice and full, mid-off up. Well, it didn't matter because it went all the way for 6.
That has them pumped. Tell you what, they were quiet for a large part of the innings. They're a team that just runs on infectious energy. And they're going to have possibly 110, maybe more, if she can get 1 or 2 more.
You can see why she didn't want to take that single. She was eyeing up more boundaries, and you can see why.
No idea why she'd attempt all those singles that she did. 3 to go. Fox by Fatima. Eyes lit up. Leg was cleared. Bat was ready to be wielded, but unfortunately the bowler has outsmarted her. High score of 18 in T20 as before this. In as many innings, 18 innings. It was almost double that. Long off in place now after that 6, so change in the field. She will be in business straight away. Now Kavita Joshi would love to keep strike. Unfortunately her breezy little innings of 31 where it'll stay.
She likes to clear the front leg and hit powerfully down the ground. It's definitely her strength. She was helped by a little bit of poor fielding. Jumped onto anything that was loose. That was the best shot of the lot from the opening bowler coming on in the final over. She got one up in the slot and heaved it down for 6. Now she's got one job left. Presuming this one is a legal delivery, she's got to run as hard as she can. The new batter, Bindu Raval, has an opportunity. One delivery to see can she propel this first innings total up above 110.
Just learned that that was only her second 6 in T20 international cricket, and she will remember it. The other one came against Uganda. Well, a dot ball to finish, but Nepal, after being put in to bat first, have finished with 108 for 6. One stage, we thought they were in danger of being bowled out for a lot less. Kavita Joshi, Pooja Mahto have at least given them a 3-figure score. Nida Dar is still more than happy with that. She's applauding her bowlers off. Much more relaxed now than she was at the toss. This is a game of great importance for Pakistan. How the other results have played out, they must win here in order to keep their semi-final hopes alive, and they are expected to secure a berth there. But it's a Nepal team that doesn't looking too disappointed either.
Plenty of spirit from Nepal, which is exactly what you expect. They did lose wickets early, but especially Sitarana Magar stuck at it, 26 from 30 for her. Pooja Mahto 25 from 32, but the standout, Kavita Joshi, 31 from 23. She was absolutely sublime. She's given her team a chance. It's a small chance for Pakistan, just the one extra. They'll be pleased with that, but it's 108 for 6.
Yeah, crucial partnership. One stage they were 40 for 4 and needed Pooja Mahto and Sitarana Magar, and then Mahto along with Kavita Joshi to just give them a score. Mahto did well. She's just 18 years of age. She stood tall in that period where Pakistan were on top. They've got to 108 now. Right, it's been a good effort from Pakistan with ball in the field. So it's a good time to hear from them. Let's go down to Marina Iqbal.
I've got Sadia Iqbal with me. Sadia, एक crucial role होता है नए बॉल के साथ. विकेट्स भी आपने एक बड़े अच्छे मोमेंट पे ली. क्या प्लानिंग थी इन कंडीशंस के हिसाब से?
जैसे मैंने कल बॉलिंग की थी तो मुझे लगा था कल मैं थोड़ा फ्लाइटेड बॉल कर रही थी, लेकिन इन पिचेस पे क्योंकि स्किटी पिचेस हैं तो फ्लाइटेड बॉल इतना सूट नहीं कर रहा था, तो इसीलिए आज मैं प्लान चेंज के साथ आई थी. तो मैं थी कि अपने जो मेरे अपने बॉल है वो मैं करूँ और उस पर मैं उसी बॉल पे रही हूँ और वो एग्जीक्यूट हुए हैं प्लान।
एंड चेंज हुआ था आपका, उससे कोई फ़ायदा मिला या फिर प्लान क्लियर ही था कि मैंने अपनी बॉलिंग पे फोकस करना है?
एंड से मुझे कोई इतना खास फ़र्क पड़ता नहीं है, बस मेरा अपना प्लान होता है कि मैं अपने प्लान पे रहूँ और उसी में मेरी सक्सेस होती है।
थोड़ा सा बताएं टारगेट जो है, क्या लगता है इन कंडीशंस के हिसाब से और पाकिस्तान की बैटिंग देख के इजी चेज होगा या थोड़ा टफ लगेगा?
इंशाल्लाह इजी चेज होगा क्योंकि हमारी बैटिंग लाइनअप अच्छी है, स्ट्रॉन्ग है, अच्छी खासी बैटिंग स्ट्रेंथ है हमारी, तो इंशाल्लाह ये इजी चेजेबल होगा।
चलें, थैंक यू, ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू सो मच।
Yeah, so I asked her about her bowling because she has a very vital role with the new ball in the power play, and she said that she always focuses on the line and length and she knows what their angles are. And also I asked about has these conditions helped her or not, and she said, yeah, I was bowling in the nets with a little bit of air and that didn't help her. So she thought that on these surfaces it will be good to go flatter. And also about the chase, she said that I've got experienced batting lineup, so it should be an easy, decent chase for Pakistan.
Very good interview indeed, and speaking from the heart was the bowler, and well explained by Marina as well. Fatima Sana, economy rate of 6. Sadia Iqbal picked up 2 wickets, and she was the pillar of strength for the side. When you talk about this particular game, when you speak about how the innings has gone so far, there were ups and downs, but in the end, Pakistan will be happy with how it has been. 108 is what they've stopped the opposition at. We'll take a small little breather. We'll come back with a whole lot more. Ninth edition of the Women's Asia Cup, Pakistan versus Nepal. We've seen one innings. Pakistan won the toss, put Nepal in. 108 for 6 is where the innings finished. Should not be a tough one for Pakistan. This is how it all panned out. And Tarana Maga 26, Mahato with 25, but Kavita Joshi giving the impetus that you were looking for with a good innings of 31. When you talk about free-flowing strokes, only for a bit. The first wicket came when the score was 4. During all that while, yes, there were some boundaries being hit. short ball was treated with disdain. Anything was pitched up was hit straight with power. And there was a lot of stroke play on offer, but left arm spinner when she came Sadia, she had 2 in 2 and they were 30 for 3.
Pakistan really tightened things up at this point. It was tough to score runs, and that was why we saw some runouts. This was the first of them. The fielders were put in the correct positions. Best fielders were able to affect the runouts. And I thought, actually, because of the attacking nature of the way Nepal batted, they did take any chances on offer. The luck went their way at times as well. The bottom edge helped out a number of times, but this didn't help. They ran on a misfield, which is always risky. It was very risky on that occasion, and she lost a wicket because of it. Sadia Iqbal was impressive throughout. Yes, another run out could have happened, but that was poor piece of fielding from Sadia Iqbal. I came back for a second there, and it was Joshi who then took the game to Pakistan. It's all about momentum, this game of cricket, and she managed to give some to Nepal in the final stages. Yes, there was some luck, but there was also some lusty blows down the ground. This was a misfield, but she hit any loose deliveries, and the big 6 was the best of all.
Yeah, and they needed a grand. This is what you're talking about. What she was doing, she was giving it her all. Pakistan was a little sloppy in the field, we have to say that. They inflicted a few run-outs, but that was nothing to do with their great quality in the field. In the end, they posted 108 for 6. The target for them is 109. Had to use 6 bowlers because Umaima went a little expensive in the third over.
Yeah, I think 6 bowlers is exactly what they would have gone in with. I think Nashri Sandhu was the best economy rate, 3.5 for her. She will have helped keep the run rate down to 100, well, less than a run a ball for Pakistan.
Pakistan's openers make their way. Gul Feroza takes strike. Must start well. That's something they didn't get from their top order in the game against India. She's a better player than that, Gul Feroza. She's 5 in the opening game. And Munibali with her. Indu Barma will need to be at the top of her game as Kavita Kumar will start. Marina Iqbal with me. Confident?
Yeah, should be a decent chase, but you cannot write Nepal off. They've got the momentum by the end of the first innings. Got a win behind their back. They're going to fight each and every delivery.
That's just squeezed past the fielder. Not what Nepal would want in the field with just 109 to defend. It's the perfect start for Pakistan and Gul Feroza.
It doesn't matter if it's the first delivery. If it's there to be hit, go for it. And Gul Feroza having a reputation to play attacking shots, so which allowed her to play, could have stopped, yes, by the standards of Nepal, but got away with it, Gul Feroza.
Yeah, Roma Thapa's into the side today, the only change. That's not how she would have wanted to start. Shabnam Rai left out and Roma Thapa, one change made by Nepal. Indu Barma was excellent with the ball herself in the opening game. She'll have a role to play. Into movement, slip in place, and the one thing Nepal will do is they'll get in the ears of the batters. The energy levels were high. They'll put as much pressure as they can.
Yeah, no feet movement whatsoever from Gulfaroza, just standing there trying to reach by extending the arms. That's not a smart way to play that shot.
Much better effort in the field. There's always going to be one, but it could have been more. Full stretched is Samjana.
Commitment. That's one thing Nepal will bring to the table. They know if they win this game, they are into the semis potentially. Probably they want to fight for it.
Yeah, star from the last game, Samjana Khadka, missed out with bat today, but nice to see her already having an influence in the field. Slip will stay for the left-handed Munibali. Conventional deep third and deep fine leg. That's well bowled.
That's all they need to do. Just keep focusing on those dot balls. They'll build up the pressure to chase, to utilize the power play for Pakistani batters. They might fall for a trap.
Yeah, Slip's gone out for the last ball. She's gone to square leg, right past the umpire. Oh, the slip would have been handy over there. It is just extras that Nepal can ill afford, but it sends Pakistan off to a bit of a flyer.
Not an ideal delivery to end the first over. 3 runs. That's exactly what Nepal doesn't want to do. It's trying to bang it hard with the angle it went on, swaying away from Muniba.
She really steams in, Kavita. I mean, that is, wow, that is a 30-meter run-up. It's right where the 30-meter circle is, 30-yard circle rather. She's had to bowl that 7 times in this over. Expensive one, 10 without loss Pakistan. Change now because Sabnam Rai took the new ball in the last game along with Kavita, but she's been left out in this game or is injured. We don't have confirmation on that yet, but Rubina Chetri will therefore start things off from the other end. Bowled economically against the UAE. And that's where she's got a couple of fielders in the deep, and she needed a couple of fielders in the deep. It's not been the most polished start from Nepal in the field. First ball went for 4 right through. That's the same party that's guilty. It's Roma. Some nerves of her first game. Yeah, that's at least 6 runs that given out in the field. 5 wides in the last over. Indu Burma would not be happy. No signals or numbers there. That is powerfully struck. It is the power that has taken that past the fielder in the deep. Gulfaroza is not messing around.
Yeah, Gulfaroza will establish her supremacy towards that onside. That's her strength. Picked it up nicely, kept the head steady. Eyes on the ball and extension of the arms. Again, just wrist coming into play at the end to beat that fielder.
Yeah, perhaps a little guilty of being overly aggressive against India, but against this opposition, due respect to Nepal, I think Pakistan need to play without fear. They need to almost intimidate Nepal if they can in a quick fire 20-30. Be very handy from Feroza.
And that's the role that has been assigned to her by the management. Again, just trying to sweep. Oh, it was way outside off stump.
That's a better choice of shot. Mix up in the middle. Wrong end. Non-striker had come about halfway through. It's nice to see they're still celebrating. But Muniba on this occasion took off.
Jitters in the middle. Luckily, it was wrong end for Pakistan.
7 from the second over. Pakistan are 17 without loss. They'll be out here in bigger numbers tomorrow when Sri Lanka are back in action. Now it's Pooja Method running in. Beg your pardon, Kabita. Yeah, she's probably got the longest run up in the tournament. She's got decent pace. I don't have the assistance of the speed gun, but just on other observations we can make.
Every young fast bowler will have a longer run-up. That's how it starts.
Well, the faster they come, the faster they go. And this is a brisk little start from Feroza now for Pakistan.
Couldn't get the runs going against India today. She had a responsibility for herself and Pakistan. Again, the bottom hand coming through, but the good thing was that straight bat. Just managed to play it straight for the boundary.
That's gone through as well. Well, she is just timing them so well. They're flying off the bat. And at times, with some assistance in the field, it's finding its way to the boundary.
Seems like luck is favouring Feroza again. Bottom hand trying to replicate the shot she played in the previous delivery, but this time the line was different. Ooh, brushed the hand. Will pick up 4 more runs.
Yeah, I think the length as well. She's just bowled a couple of half volleys and Feroza's enjoying the space. Seeing the ball well. It's such a good surface. Full marks to ground staff here. Back-to-back games day after day, but fresh wicket today and could see value if you just pick the right shot. There too, it's making a really sweet sound of the bat. Interesting to see if we see another over of Kabita. She's been expensive so far. Plenty of time to tie her lace by the time Kabita runs to her mark.
Just there, she sways a little bit towards her right. That does affect your momentum and pace as well.
Yeah, it's interesting that because she's still brisk even with that odd, almost speed bump that she puts for herself. Just about there. Yeah. Just about there is when direction unusual for that kind of change. I guess she'll work on it. That's actually gone a long way to the boundary, but the ball is deemed dead. So Indu Barma is having to go to where long off would be to retrieve it. Much more relaxed Pakistan dugout.
She can do that all day long. With Ramin being pushed down, usually opens for Pakistan. Focused she is. Maybe she is counting.
36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 45. Come on, can she get to 50? But she'll be doing that at the end of the over as well.
She's putting a show for every one of us. She knows that she's on the big screen.
Well, she knows now. She's not going to be looking at the big screen. She knew. You're saying she knew she was on the big
Yeah, she knew because Umayma next to her told her.
Yeah. Blame Marina Iqbal, ladies, for exposing that. She had a good day with the bat, Pooja Mahto. And can she transfer some of that form with ball? Young cricketer, batted with responsibility. She's going to replace Rubina Chetri. Sunday evening, families have come in. It's nice and breezy, cool. Right, slip in place at whatever's the bisecting line for a keeper, for a fast bowler and a spinner. That's nicely played. Muniba, she's been at the non-striker's end for a long time. A sweet bit of timing gets her off the mark with 4.
That's her forte. Muniba very strong towards offside square and even pulls and cuts it beautifully at this occasion. Just waited for it. It wasn't enough bounce. She bent and waited to play it underneath the eyes.
They're still attacking, which is good to see. There is a slip in place, so, and it is with the direction of the breeze that the natural angle will take the ball away from the left-hander.
It's good cricket. You can see the ring of the fielders. They're right on that 30-yard circle. So if you can play it with soft hands, you can pick up singles, and that is an important thing in this run chase. Gulfaroza back on strike. She's been hitting the ball sweetly.
Yeah, for the right-hander, and especially given Gulfaroza's fondness for wanting to take the charge to the bowling. Well, for a second I thought the keeper had come right up, but I think she only came there to adjust the field. And this is a unique field now. You got packed ring on the offside. 6 fielders. There you go. You've got that little arc between point and short third. Incredible field.
Yeah, they need to be accurate with it. Just the nerves getting to me. Gulfaroza obviously prefers that onside, but now Pooja needs to keep that line way outside off with that placement and making and forcing Gulfaroza to go across the line.
Slightly less concentrated on the offside now. That's lovely. That's why the slip is still in place. Because she knows that if Pooja gets the line right, a little bit of assistance, she brings the keeper and slip into play.
Well, that might be Muniba's strength to play off the back foot or the cut shots, but at times it's also the reason she gets out.
It's also the breeze, isn't it? Anticipate, and it just takes it further and further away. That's too short. There's a fielder in the deep, and she'd be relieved, Pooja Mahto, that it's only conceded 1. She's got a packed offside field. Muniba might be a little disappointed she didn't get more, but seen a few balls that kept slightly low.
Actually, she did well to manage that. It did keep low, didn't bounce as she was expecting, but at the end kept the eyes on the ball to manage it and play it for a single run.
Back to that packed offside field. Four overs gone, 33 without loss.
The shimmy down the ground. You can see that it stayed low, but she did best to manage that. Normally, when you have a vision that it's dropping short, your instinct kicks in and you play the shot way early without watching where the ball is, where the height is. She did well there.
Indu Barma, standout bowler for Nepal in the last game. Their captain, 3 for 19 of her 4. Starts off with a juicy full toss, and Feroza's not going to miss out with the start she's already given herself in Pakistan.
They'll be much more confident. That's exactly the start they needed, especially in the power play. Gul Feroza firing up. Nepal is literally feeding to her strength.
Just the start Pakistan would have wanted. No unnecessary hiccups early on. She also farmed a large part of the strike in these 4.2 overs. Muniba's played just 6 balls.
I can tell you that she doesn't like it. That's why any opportunity provided, she'll steal a single to get on strike.
I'm sure no batter would like it. Just break your own rhythm. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing her get 1 or 2 balls every over, and that's perhaps why we've not seen her fluent best yet.
Yeah, just that drift with the wind going across Muniba. You can see the desperation on Muniba Ali's face. She likes to cut it late. On this occasion, missed it. Not that comfortable on front foot.
A shot out of some anger from Muniba. These are Indu Barma's wickets against the UAE. Pulka Satish cotton bowled. Samaira Dharmidar ka simple catch to cover. Kavita taking that easily. And eventually getting Khushi Sharma as well. Kritika Masani with the catch. She's come back well after conceding a boundary of the first ball. Indu Barma, 5 gone, Pakistan 39 without loss.
.39 for no loss, chasing 109 to win this one. Good start. 27 for Feroza, doing the bulk of the scoring with 5 boundaries. Muniba the other end is taking her time. But to be fair to her, hasn't had much of a strike. I wouldn't want to have much of a strike either when we have 2 lovely voices here. I'll be at the non-strikers end. Isabel Joyce, Mithali Raj, good evening.
Good evening, Paddy. I think, yes, Muniba there didn't get much strike. And we've seen also the last 2-3 balls where she was struggling to time the ball. All she has to do is just to get her rhythm back, maybe work on her singles and not match the shots that Feroza is playing from the other end.
How would you rate Isabel Joyce, the power play so far?
I think it's got definitely Pakistan. That's an easy answer. Thanks for throwing me that one. Little full toss for me as well. This one nice full and wide, just tempting the batter into a shot. She moves her feet to the offside, maybe a chance in the deep. Oh well, that one's just skidded on in the outfield. Didn't get the hands up early enough. We've seen a few of those. A little bit of a misfield in the deep leads to a 4.
Bindu Rawal with that short ball, had to get the treatment. And below average fielding that for sure. Indeed, I mean, schoolgirl era, so to say.
Well, when you're in that kind of position, the key element is her feet were right, they were set, but the hands weren't in position. And if your hands aren't in position, you can't adjust. So the hands were too low, and then when it got a little bit more bounce than she was expecting, because it's very hard here, obviously, it's very hot. The ground is hard, it's going to bounce. She didn't have her hands there for the extra bit of bounce.
True, and sometimes you have to decide early whether to go full throttle or just to rock back and stay where you are. But then, even when you are in an awkward position, what you said right now makes a lot of sense, because if your hand position is correct, you'll be at least able to protect that boundary.
Also, we have to consider how many times do they play under lights. Nepal, the first game they've played with UAE in the afternoon game, and in this tournament this is the first time they're playing under lights.
Kind-hearted Mithali Raj, not a kind-hearted batter as Muniba sweeps it for 4.
I wish we'd seen this kind-hearted Mithali Raj when we were playing against her. Never. She would have said, full toss, 6 runs, maybe 4 along the ground. Well, this one was misdirected. Gets it fine of the fielder. She was starved of the strike for a while, but not anymore. A couple of boundaries in this one so far.
We've been talking about the fact that she hasn't fathomed the strike, but now that she has it, she's making most of it. 3 boundaries for her, sweeps it beautifully, rolls down the wrist, tossed up. Yet again, taking a look. And sometimes, even when you let the ball go, it adds to your confidence, because it's a decision you've made.
I think she thought about 2 or 3 different shots, and then if she'd actually played one, it would have been maybe a loopy little catch to the cover. So good decision. Well, she's made a good decision here, gets in a great position, heaves it over the offside, all the fielders up, 4 boundaries in the over, 50 up with that shot as well, so really productive one for Pakistan.
May not have been crazy start, but it's a breezy and an easy one for sure. Talk about 52, there has been fun-filled and stroke-filled, Mithali.
I think Feroza has been the dominant partner there in the initial stages of the power play, where she faced most of the balls and getting those boundaries, but Muniba in the last couple of overs have joined her, and this partnership, this opening partnership, is what Pakistan needed, because this year they've not really had a good start to their batting unit, and the percentage of winning T20s have been less. You see the power play. This game, it has been very, very good for Pakistan.
Yeah, for Nepal it was 30 for 3 after 6 overs. Power play over, as the umpire just signalled. All they now need to do is put a little bit of sense and simplicity on offer. That's it.
This is when Pakistan are really good, is these overs just outside the power play. They run really well. It's a left-right hand combination. The field is spread. They'll be happy to just get up and down the pitch, get as many 2s as they can. The loose delivery, yes, they'll send it to the boundary, but by and large, they're happy to run their runs.
Very true. First phase going their way. Right from the time they won the toss, they chose to field. Good decision. Yes, they were fielding lapses, and even if they win this one, those are issues, Mithali, that need to be addressed against a good team. There will not be a second coming for them.
Yes, and especially the backing up, I feel, whether it is at the keeper's end or at the bowler's end, they've missed quite a bit of runouts, unable to back and collect the ball. I think that will be very crucial if you're up against good sides, whether you're playing Sri Lanka or India, and you miss those chances. That could be huge.
3 runs from the over so far. Both batters now complementing each other beautifully. Tap and clear calling, Isabel. Clear calling. The first call has to be correct. Partner says no.
Well, there are good runners between the wickets. Is Muniba Ali a bit of a closer look? I can't wait until a few years down the line the favourite cricketer is a female. But Kumar Sangakkara, the hero here, and if not a cricketer, a pilot. So has high hopes, likes to fly around the world. She gets to do that as a cricketer instead of as a pilot.
She always wants to be in the driving, driving seat, whether it's the pilot or as an opening batter. She's always wants to.
Well done. Clap, clap, clap. Round of applause. Drives beautifully. And the joy that you get out of that shot will be of another level. What a beautiful cover drive. 7 gone. It's 60 without loss.
Muniba on strike. Left side strike ma kun kun jo ase field bani ala.
That is Firoza's highest score, Pakistan in T20 internationals. Before that was 30. Against England at Leeds, those 30 runs. Everyone's busy. Staying busy is a blessing. The batters are busy, stitching a beautiful partnership. Something they needed after that lackluster performance against India, Mithali.
Yes, I think this is very much needed from the Pakistan camp, because they understood that today's game is very important for them to be alive in the tournament. And secondly, their batting has to come good, which was a minus against India when they chose to bat first in the first innings and couldn't really put up a good total for India to chase.
Vita Joshi was very good with the bat. Sweeps well in the gap. Well raced down for 4. They want to finish this one quite early.
Well, sometimes when you bat well, it comes into your bowling. Not on this occasion for Joshi. It was full, it was wide down leg, right in the arc. Two fielders were saving the single, and able to get it right between the two. And it was always going to go for once it beat those two fielders.
The beauty was the roll of the wrist. They'll always keep the ball down. Off the back foot, through the gap yet again. We'll surely get 2 on that run. There are 2 fielders converging on that. Runs are flowing at the moment. This is what happens when you have a good solid platform. Batting becomes rather easy. Good wicket to bat on as well.
I don't know if you heard me, but we were talking out in the middle when we were looking at the pitch, saying we would have loved to bat on this one. Looks a great pitch. No one more so than Mithali Raj to my left, I'm sure. Would have enjoyed this one.
Lefty.
I haven't really gone closer to the wicket, just once. But having seen the wicket, I think it's really good to bat. I mean, I would have loved to bat on this wicket.
As long as you're closer to the pitch, doctor, it's fine. You don't need to go closer to the pitch. Isabel Joyce is going to tell you all about it. 41 needed now from 74. Sometimes when you hear that sound from the willow, it also tells you what kind of surface it is. For the moment, the willow is making a good sound for Pakistan. Testimony on your screen, 69 unseparated runs. Firoza 39, her highest score. Muniba on 24, sweeps yet again, powerfully struck, and there is the might in that shot. What a way to finish the 8. It's 73 without loss.
Just 1 from every 2 deliveries required from here on in from Pakistan. We've seen 4 from just 1 ball there. Whenever she strays in line, Joshi, she invites the sweep shot, especially with the length that she bowls. No pace on the ball either, so you don't need to worry about the quicker one. You can line her up. Nice elevation as well. 1 bounce and 4. That was the final ball of the previous over.
Cruising along. Rubina comes in replacing Indo Burma. They've used 6 bowlers so far, none of them successful. And the good thing is, Mithali, the run rate with which they are scoring. This is total dominance. Not allowing the bowler to settle down, using the feet, as I say. So very close to a commentator's curse. And they're checking it.
Well, checking for a stumping here, but I think she's probably okay. Didn't look like the foot was dragging. Good start to the over, though. Always good as a bowler to come on and make sure that the umpires are paying attention. Make sure that the batter has to pay attention as well. Yeah, just about back in. That's a lovely bit of ballet.
Yeah. When you say ballet, you're talking about the toe. Landing in time, well done. Players are so possessive about them, isn't it, Mithali? There's this match bat of yours, it'll have maybe 20 tips. You may have 20 in your kit bag, but that is the one you play the match with.
Well, I've never been that superstitious. But yes, is this running away for a boundary? Another sweep and she gets that to the boundary. So yes, I had a couple of bats from Sachin. He gifted me 2 of his bats, and one of them I scored so many runs in England. And I remember that bat. And every time I went into bat, I've got runs. Maybe a little bit of his magic was there in the bat for me to get those runs.
Okay, Sachin gave you 2 bats. Is there any male cricketer who asked for a bat from you?
Well, I don't think so. They are, they would ask because the manufacturers give them about 10 to 20 bats.
It's not about that. You may have 20 bats with you. Players have this habit of collecting more bats from stars.
Well, yeah, they do, but I've given a couple of them. I did give a couple of this under 19 when the player were playing under 19 for India, and we usually bump into them at the NCA, and then I would just give them a couple of bats. Yeah.
Isabel, how many would you have in your kit bag at one time?
1.
Mithali, question hasn't been asked, still says 2.
I wish I'd known I could have asked Mitali for 1, because I could have done with a spare bat in the bag. The good news for me was I had a twin sister. So if my bat broke, she had to run hers out.
Come on, guys,
Cricket
come
flows
on.
in your family. Bats, long journey. Bats these days have lesser life but more power. Yeah, those days oiling the bat, keeping them maybe in the night in the bathroom for for quite long hours. Sharif has done that. Cricketers from that era, all of them have done that, oiling the bat themselves. Now you get ready-made willows. 9 gone. Story will continue. 79 without loss.
Change in bowling coming left arm.
79 chasing 109 to win this one. Good partnership this. 43 from 27. Munir Ali Siddiqui 30 from 27. Comfortable to the core. 30 needed from 66. Trying to weave in more stories for you. Willows is what we were talking about a short while back. Thickish outside edge. And the good thing is it's a quick outfield, will require a superior effort. Well done, brilliant indeed. There was a chance for the third, but has been turned down.
Nice brave flight there from the new bowler Marasini. A little bit wide outside off, but the turn means it takes the edge. No real danger, nobody in third. Really good chase from Kavita Kunar. Good dive as well. Gets out of her knees, almost out of the way.
Good commitment in the end, especially when your opponents need only below 30 runs by the time the effort was put. Beautifully cut. And it has to be a long chase. Beautiful shot, considering it was on the right to the point fielder, onto the left of the sweeper.
Yes, she cut it pretty well, way outside off stump, short ball. They're very good square of the region. And that races off to the boundary. And here if Pakistan gets to the target quicker, then it might help their net run rate.
And if you talk about the fact that they badly needed a win today. They just didn't arrive against India. And now chasing 109 to win this one, 85 without loss. Firoza on 49. There is the half century. The fist pump is out. And that is her first. And what a moment to get it. Team needed it. And she has delivered it. Congratulations on this half century.
Well, Pakistan cricket has been hurting. The women's side has been struggling. They couldn't seem to get a win. They're on their way now, and a 50 as well for a young player. That will be very pleasing for the management and the team. 30 was her previous highest. She's now on 50, and she's got plenty more room to go even higher. Maybe she could double her highest score.
Yeah, free flowing below some wrists. And amazing balance. The balance of an athlete. There it was, where there was a single to be taken, she took it. When it came down to cutting the ball, it was there. Driving the ball, yes, it was there. Wide range of shots. Both sides of the surface. Would use the feet. Use the depth of the crease as well on the back foot.
And runs really well. We've seen that throughout. These two have a good understanding. Muniba Ali is always good between the wickets, but she needs a partner. She has one there.
So much so, 21 required now from 62. And that will give their net run rate a boost.
Yes, most definitely. And also, once you start getting those boundaries, you've seen the running between has been very good. Whereas against India, they were all getting stuck in the crease. And as we speak, she goes big. Goes for one bounce boundary.
And the intent is there. They want to finish this early. Usage of the feet. There was a vacant area there between square leg and long on. And she gets the gap to perfection.
Just got a bit closer and created some momentum as well. Lots of space once she came down the pitch. She didn't have to worry about the fielder in the deep. She was in square, but she sent it forward of the fielder. One bounce, didn't quite have the legs. And that's into the wind, so one bounce and 4 runs.
$17 needed, 61 balls. Gonna be easy. Total dominance by these batters. The application you talk about, it running between the wickets, Mithali, the point that you brought about, it's so very important, because if you are rotating the strike, the bowler is not bowling to one batter for a longer time, then you need to alter your plans.
Also, it keeps the batters busy, the bowlers thinking, and the opposite captain a lot more to think about the strategy.
Yeah, the best laid plans have count for very little today. Nepal have been on the back foot, or rather they've been forced on the back foot. Sweeps again. Non-striker wanted a single. Single is now there. 10 gone. 92 without loss. It also happens to be a drinks interval. First 50 for Firoza. Monira giving her solid company, and what a boost to her confidence at such a young age.
Dream opening partnership this. Looking to chase down quite a low total. Just 17 required, but this is how she got to her 50. First over, she played that beautiful shot through the offside. She's placed the ball really well. That's been the key for her. Doesn't maybe possess the power that we might have seen earlier from India, but she's got the placement. They've run really well. They've forced the boundary fielders right out onto the rope, and that's meant that there's been space for twos. Anything that she could sweep, she's helped herself and really increased that strike rate towards the back end. A well-deserved 50.
Polished innings. Has looked in control. Just enjoyed watching her bat. 7 bowlers have been used so far. None of them successful. And the best economy rate has been 6.5. That tells you some kind of a story too. Need 17 from 60 balls. Both of us, when we were discussing about the run chase, we were not thinking this is going to go beyond the 15th over. This might just finish in the next 2.
Also, Pakistan would hope for 12, but they're finishing things early because tomorrow it's the home team, Sri Lanka, taking on Malaysia. Sri Lanka won easily in their first game, Malaysia chasing a first win.
Yeah, and we're going to have a double-header for you. Sri Lanka versus Malaysia. That win will be very special for them because it was a comprehensive game. Bangladesh versus Thailand in the evening game. That one for you. Mind you, it's a 8-team tournament played over 10 days, and the final is going to be on the 28th of this month. 2 mouth-watering clashes will be waiting for you right here. We've got unfinished business here. 92 without loss, Pakistan. Mind you, the points table, 2 groups, each group 4 teams, top 2 teams will go to the semis.
Well, Thailand on top because Sri Lanka played Bangladesh in their opening games. The net run rate just slightly below Thailand, who beat Malaysia easily the first day out. So the second game tomorrow is the really interesting one. Bangladesh need a win, have to beat Thailand. Thailand up and about with a win in the first. So that's mouth-watering action to come. But of course, Sri Lanka, the home team, looking to see can Chamari Atapattu score runs in the home tournament. She'll be desperate to do just that. She seems to do well everywhere but in the Asia Cup.
Now we have to bring Marina into picture here. 92 without loss, 17 needed to win. Mic is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Paddy. Finally, I've got a relaxed and big smile on my face. It was about time for goal for Rosa. And rightly so, it was important not just for the team but for her as well. Because you've been trying, she has been assigned that role. Now she delivered. Should be just the beginning for her.
Isabel, did you notice that joy in her voice?
I could feel it emanating from behind me. I couldn't even see her, but there was an energy. I was wondering, what, has the air conditioning turned off? No, it's the joy. Well, once Pakistan win this game, which they probably will, they'll jump ahead there.
They'll be at number 2 for sure, and that's all it takes to be in the top 2 to make it to the semis. They'll take an easy 2 down there. Cruising along. Is that the right word, Marina? You call the shots today.
Yeah, definitely. But I would want these 2 batters to finish the game. That gives you a whole different type of confidence and obviously responsibility when you carry your team over the line. That's a different story. Yes, Gulfaroza reached to her 52. Munima is looking good. But winning the game for your team, that is a different level.
You were talking to the girls before the game. What was the talk about as they collect 2 more? Will that be a boundary? That's going to be a boundary. Deduct 4 more from 15. It's 11. Needed to win.
Yeah, it's been clinical and it's been clean batting from Gulfaroza. Just relying on her strength. She knows that offside probably is not one of her strong areas. She never tries to overhit it, just tries to time it. But whenever it's onto the pads or onside, that's where she can smack it with freedom. About the chat, just giving them a little bit of tips how the surface has played and also what their mindset should be playing in these conditions. I'm glad it helped.
Full toss. Wanted to treat that with disdain. 1 bounce to the fielder there. 10 required.
I think it's interesting you talk about them wanting to finish the game, which is something they definitely want to do. It's something we didn't see India do in the game against Pakistan. They lost some silly wickets near the end, which they found frustrating. So Pakistan want to learn from that experience and keep their application structured here.
Batter beaten, wicketkeeper beaten. It's gonna be, was it an inside edge? Yes, it was. Bottom edge gets the boundary. And that is the 100 of the innings as well, of course. That's the 100 of the partnership too.
Yeah, a bit of unlucky for Nepal there. Keeper didn't expect it. Just the nick off the bat. It's always difficult for the keeper to pick that deviation.
I think they deserved that bit of luck, Pakistan, because there were a number for Nepal in the first innings. They had to have had 2 or 3 top edges or just edges and then 1 or 2 bottom edges. So Pakistan have earned that one.
Yeah, I left that for you to say.
All right, sweeps it. Deduct 1 more from the 6 required. They're 5 runs away from this one. Mind you, this win was so very important for Pakistan coming in the game today because they lost the previous one to India. 11 gone, 104 without loss. Pakistan, Raina, I want to ask you this. One day the neutral gear, the other day the 6th gear. When will they find the middle gear?
Normally they are on middle gear, but yes, against India, that was a huge blow. I mean, the way they played, they weren't happy with themselves. I had talked with most of the players. Well, the upcoming features are equally important. They will face UAE on July 23rd. Cannot take any game easy.
Yeah, that is what the moral of the story is. You cannot take any game lightly here. Because every team that's come here has come here after having proven their potential.
Yes, and of course, it's UAE are going to be delighted with this. Maybe not the manner in which Pakistan are doing it. They would have liked it to take a little bit longer, but they do still have a chance if they can beat Pakistan, if they can beat them well in the 3rd group game. It all comes down to net run rate.
Cuts go straight into the hands. It is not going to be a 10-wicket win for sure. Firoza cuts it straight into the hands of the point fielder.
They were just a hit away. Sensed that opportunity, Gulfiroza, but again, if you want to cut it, keep it down or either go aerial over the infield. Played straight into the hands. Probably she was expecting it. Those eyebrows could tell. Should have finished the game, but brilliant innings. Much needed innings for Pakistan and Gulfiroza. Just took 35 deliveries for her 57 gone in the heart. Pakistan 1 down on 105.
All right, the partnership has been broken. It was 105 run partnership and gets a hug from nearly every teammate there. It was a stupendous innings, beautiful to watch, laden with a lot of stroke play and very clinical. The only blemish was that shot.
And who else was going to get the wicket? Kabita Joshi. It's been her day. Tubal San comes in at 3. 27 matches, just the 8.43 average, but a decent strike rate, 104.
Never in her life she's better than number 3.
She has now. There's a first time for everything.
Full toss tucked away, they wanted a single. No, why are they in a rush to do it? Proper shot maybe? Shot on merit, maybe. We'll take a look at this wicket yet again. It was wide. She really had to reach out to that one.
Yeah, she saw that shorter length and her eyes lit up, but not in control.
That's better. Resort to normalcy. Pure cricketing shot. How many required? 3. Plenty of time left.
Probably because she didn't get a chance to bowl as much as she would have liked. Nida has sent her to finish the job for Pakistan.
A much kinder captain than I ever would have been.
Well, just 1 over, you're right. And a good captain doesn't have to be a boss. Has to be a leader, hand holder, nerve calmer, problem solver. Has to make sure everyone's happy. Up in the air. Will that be the strike that'll get them the win? Oh, yes, it is. Pakistan have won this emphatically with 9 wickets. Muniba, 46 unbeaten runs. Half century for Firoza. And this is clinical, precise, bang-on performance.
Important game. And a really good performance from the girls in green, especially in batting. That's where they were struggling. They needed some momentum. They needed someone to put the hand up and say, okay, I'll take the responsibility. And the openers have done it. Courtesy to Gul Firoza. Couldn't finish the game, but Muniba Ali reaching 46 of 34 deliveries, hitting the winning runs. And much relief can be seen on Nida Dar's face.
A true captain, didn't bat, didn't bowl, but delighted with the win, Nida Dar. Never has she been so happy to contribute not at all to a game.
A good entrepreneur never works. You hire a good team and you watch them perform.
She's clearly meant for upper management. Delegation is the key for this captain.
Yeah, minimum effort, maximum results. Nonetheless, a much needed win for Pakistan. They needed that momentum going forward in this tournament, but you have to give credit to Nepal as well. The way they batted, last few overs were exceptional from their batters. Never gave up the hope. They just couldn't bring their finest game when it came to bowling.
And most importantly, it's not just the win, but the manner of this victory. And because we'll take a look at that winning moment yet again. Went up in the air and traveled the distance as well. Got the boundary, it was the winning run. It was a clinical run chase.
Well, they could have just knocked it around for the final 3, but how about just sealing the nail in the coffin? I don't want to knock it around, I'm just going to smack another 4. It doesn't matter that I've lost my partner. That's the senior batter in the pair. She had enough of watching from the other end, hit a boundary to close out the game. There is the thanks for coming, Nida Dar.
Pakistan get their first win, and it's a huge win by 9 wickets. They were completely undeterred in that one. And when challenges came their way, they were not deterred but invigorated by that.
Well, Nepal have found that cricket's the great leveller, haven't they? Because they had an amazing performance on day 1. UAE didn't bat well against their bowling, it has to be said. What they found today is that they need to bowl better against better batters. Pakistan, anything loose they hit, but they also hit some of the better balls that Nepal were able to send down as well. And it was an imperious performance from Pakistan. Gul Firoza, well, she'll be slightly disappointed that she was out by 57 from 35. She'd take that with both hands before the game. I think every Pakistani cricketer would. Muniba Ali Siddiqui, 46 from 34 was fantastic. Tuba Hassan got to do something else, just the one over. Got 1 run, was there to watch from the middle as her team got the win.
Yeah, they showed their quality today for sure. You had to use, 7 bowlers, success only for the girl who got success with the bat as well, Kavita Joshi. And we talk about that, she gave them the impetus, she gave them the only wicket to fall. And Isabel, you were making that point that it was pure justice done because the wicket had to come to her only. Right. Take a look at that run chase. One thing was sure, they were never ever scared to play their shots. When you are fearless, you get limitless. Positive attitude, good attitude, great array of strokes.
Especially when it came to Gul Firoza. I mean, she waited for the balls to be in her zone and she knew exactly what her strengths were. And she exploited those opportunities. Along with Muniba, she took the back seat because she quickly realized that Gul Firoza is far more confident in cleanly hitting the ball. Whether it's offside or onside, she did go for some big hits. That's her strength, targeting that onside leg side area. But even Muniba, when the time was right, she shifted gears. And it was beautifully complementing partnership, bringing up her first half century in the T20Is. And most importantly, finishing the game, Muniba Ali again took the charge.
Also, the rotation of strikes.
Well, when you hit 4s, you push the boundary fielders out, and all they had to do was miss the fielders in the infield. They ran really well between the wickets. And what's really good to see is the teammates, they've really enjoyed that opening partnership. They've enjoyed the win, and of course they have, because it's been a tough year, but This is where they're at. They've got the win under the belt in the Asia Cup, won by 9 wickets.
Always nice to see when you have so many contributors in one win. And Pakistan register their first points and the first win as well. And it's a huge win by 9 wickets. We'll take a short little breather. On the other side, we'll have the presentation for you.
Well, what a wonderful response we've seen from Pakistan. They've shown their class and they've beaten Nepal by 9 wickets quite comprehensively. It's time now for the post-match presentation of match number 6 of the Women's Asia Cup 2024, organized by the Asian Cricket Council and hosted by Sri Lanka Cricket. Might I first invite the captain of Nepal, Indu Barma, for a quick chat. Indu, disappointing result, but give me your thoughts on where you felt you could have been better.
We tried our best to play good cricket as much as we can. Pakistan is a very good team, we respect them, but we could not execute our plans as our plans. So it's okay, it's our learning time, so we tried our best to play cricket, best cricket.
How about the running between the wickets? Are you disappointed with some of the run-outs that happened today?
Yeah, definitely, because the two, our legend players were like, they could make more runs. Like, there's the turning point where we could not make more runs.
You must be happy with the positives, though, even after losing wickets. The way Kabita batted and Pooja, who's still young, batted together, gave you a score. Were you happy with that?
Yes, definitely. I'm happy because they are the very young players. So they are the future of Nepali women's cricket team. Yes, I'm very happy.
Pakistan are a world-class team. Your next opponents are India. Looking forward to it?
Yes, we are looking forward.
All right, tough luck today. Good luck for the rest.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Indu Barma, the captain of Nepal. It's now time to present the Player of the Match award. To do the honors, might I first invite Mr. Winston Jayasena, President, Anuradhapura District Cricket Association. And the Player of the Match will get $750 and a trophy. And that is Gul Feroza of Pakistan. 57 of 35, 10 fours, striking at 162.85. Wonderful innings by Gul Feroza. Gul, पाकिस्तान के लिए आपकी पहली हाफ सेंचुरी कैसा महसूस कर रहे हैं आप?
आई थिंक ये मेमोरेबल डे है मेरे लिए क्योंकि मेरे फर्स्ट इंटरनेशनल हाफ सेंचुरी है, तो मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई कि मैं अपनी टीम के लिए कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाई और काफ़ी अच्छा मोमेंटम मिला इस गेम से. होपफुली आगे बेस्ट करेंगे.
आपको जब भी हम देखते हैं बैटिंग करते हुए ऐसा लगता है एकदम अटैकिंग अग्रेसिव अंदाज में आप खेलते हैं। क्या यही मैसेज दिया गया है टीम मैनेजमेंट से?
ये मेरी नेचुरल गेम है, मैं कोशिश करती हूँ कि अपनी नेचुरल गेम खेलूँ और मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि मैं अग्रेसिव खेलूँ, क्योंकि ये गेम इतना तेज़ हो गया है कि आप जितना अग्रेसिव खेलेंगे उतना अच्छा है। और मैं खुद भी अग्रेसिव खेलती हूँ, मेरी ये नेचुरल गेम है और मैंने कोशिश की है कि उसी पर रह के खेलूँ।
आपकी इनिंग्स को हम अब देख रहे हैं, पूरी दुनिया भी देख रही है। आपको एक आध कोई शॉट जो सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद आया?
आई थिंक कवर ड्राइव जो लगा था रोलिंग, वो काफ़ी अच्छा लगा।
फैमिली वगैरह किसी को डेडिकेट करना चाहेंगे?
ये मेरा पहला प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच है जो मैं अपने पेरेंट्स को डेडिकेट करना चाहूँगी।
चलिए, आपने बहुत ही अच्छी पारी खेली, and all the best going
Thank
forward.
you.
Well done,
Thank you
Gul.
so much. Thank you.
Well, just for the convenience of our viewers, Gul expressing herself, she's delighted to have contributed with her first 50 for Pakistan. It comes naturally to her to play aggressively, and she'd like to dedicate this first player of the match award to her parents. She enjoyed the cover drive among other shots the most. Might I now invite the Pakistan captain, please, Nida Dar. Nida, much happier today than you were 2 days back. How would you assess the performance of the team?
Definitely a lot of positives out of it. I guess we bowled really well and we started very well. As a batting unit, we started really very well, and I think we should take this momentum towards the next match.
Tell me a bit about how the relationship with the new coaching staff and management is evolving. We were noticing there were a lot of messages, a lot of numbers that are shown without revealing any secrets. What role have they played so far?
Of course, they always try to help us, and with the new management, we have a new connection with them, and we actually work on the new strategy for the game. So I think that works a lot for us, and for every coach has a different department, and they really work on fielding, batting, and bowling. So I think that actually produce a lot of results.
How satisfied are you about Gul and her performance at the top? She's a player you've backed at the top of the order, and for her to get a 50 today, what were your thoughts on her innings?
Definitely a perfect combination of Muniba and Gul Feroza, and I think they put up the very good total when they're chasing. And I guess what actually they take from here, they take a lot of positives because they took the momentum, and I think it will surely give us a lot of sport in semi-finals.
Are you feeling more relaxed today than you were yesterday?
Definitely.
All right. All the best for the last one. Thanks for that, Nida. Nida Dar, the captain of Pakistan, and the winning team also receives 2,000 US dollars. And that wraps things up from presentation down here.
With that win, Pakistan have got their first points, and they have swapped that position with Nepal as well. Group A points table, India at number 1, Pakistan at number 2. Mind you, teams have to play one game each. And this win is very, very crucial for Pakistan's chances because they lost the last game. Tomorrow, we've got a double-header coming your way. Home team Sri Lanka versus Malaysia, and that is the afternoon game for you. And very, very good is what they're looking, the home team. Talk about the other game in the night. Bangladesh would want to make amends. Thailand is a very, very dangerous team too. Got a mouth-watering encounters coming your way. I hope you enjoyed our coverage as much as we did presenting it for you. For the time being, thank you. Good night.
7. Catch. Dive, dive. Catch.